And we're live.
Welcome back, everybody, to
Right.
a glorious session of the Gilded Dice, where we play through the Storm King's Thunder once again. The heroes journeying across Faerun to stop a giant incursion, whatever word you want to use. So last session, you guys were aboard the Riverdasher, a ship commanded by Captain Whitemane and his first mates, Jungle of Vines. You guys continued their little travels down the Dessarin River towards Waterdeep, where you encountered water leapers, large winged tadpole-like creatures that try to eat you. And in an intense battle where Rogodar was down below deck, you guys fought him off, but it was a close battle. Zai almost got eaten. Wolverine almost got eaten. Charlie, the baby, almost died. It was an intense battle. But you guys managed to stave off the attack, continued down the Dessarin River, bound for Waterdeep. After another day or so of travel, the captain let you off at Undercliff, an outskirt town outside of the city walls, out of Waterdeep proper. It's been a long time since we used that word. From there, he let you guys go, and you guys continued into the city, where Wolverine was stopped at the gates and questioned about Charlie the Giant. And he was quick to give him up, that poor child, who only wanted love and companionship and a father.
And all my food.
That's true.
With that, you enter the city. Zaya and Luna notice a particularly interesting setting upon Mount Waterdeep itself. Floating among the clouds at the peak of the mountain was a castle, a cloud castle. Just happened to be sitting there. The city folk and the town guard didn't seem to be at high alert. You would catch them glimpsing up at the castle every so often, but there didn't seem to be any panic. With that, you entered the city. It was late and you needed somewhere to stay. Trusting Lucius's guidance, who is quite familiar with Waterdeep, having been here many times and operating out of here, he had led you guys to a famous inn, because you guys only stay at the highest establishments.
That's not what I said, though.
A great establishment.
Great, yeah.
Hidden up against the mountain itself, he brought you to the Yawning Portal, a renowned and famous inn and tavern. And you stand outside. That's the recap.
What time is it? It's night by now?
Mm-hmm. It's late. You guys are looking to go to bed by the time you got to the Yawning Portal.
I don't know about you guys, that baby has made me exhausted. I'm going to bed as soon as we get a room.
Well, this past day's been a little foggy. I should probably go to bed as well.
Yeah, you have a hard time recounting the details.
Yeah.
I'll let you in on it.
Sleeping
I had
over.
to
I'll let you in on
Yeah.
everything that happened.
All right, so you guys enter the Yawning Portal, and given the time of night, or the time of day rather, I guess, despite how late it is, it does seem to be quite populated. There are a myriad of adventurers, explorers, individuals dressed in armors and all sorts of exotic gear. This looks like a place where adventurers come to hang out. As you enter the room, the first floor, it's clear that the tap room itself just fills the bottom floor of this tavern. There are tables
Anybody
everywhere.
else lose DM audio?
Nope.
Nope.
Hello?
Yes.
I hear you.
I hear you.
Yeah, but I know you guys.
Lucius.
I don't see you, Lucius.
Yeah, Lucius is gone.
Oh no.
Did he disconnect?
He must have.
Oh.
Stream's still up.
Well, for 30 seconds, we're just gonna drop.
You're unmuted, Wes.
All right, stand by for Zach. Here he goes.
Slowly, they all can come back.
Is the
He
stream
died
still
it.
going? The stream's still going.
Can't hear you, Wes. You're mute. Figure your shit out. Damn it, man! Damn it, you're going to die. I'm going to kill you. Lucius.
Alright, I'm good. I don't know what happened. My laptop lost internet connection, but my desktop didn't.
Oh, so you're sharing the whole time?
Yep.
All right. That was weird. All right, so you guys entered the Yawning Portal.
Awkward. I tried to tell
I'm not
you,
getting your
but I
cam, though.
had no way to. Yeah,
your
give me a
cam's still
sec.
off. Oh, okay, never mind.
All right, so everyone ready?
So just continue. I'll work it out.
All right. Okay, so you guys enter the Yawning Portal. It's bustling with adventure-type people, much like yourselves, wearing all sorts of exotic and magical items and armors. They sit amongst themselves and chat at different tables. There are 3 different bars that you can order from, just all about the ground floor. It seems like a place where everyone mills about, and you can hear them talking about adventures and monsters they've slain. But there's one particular interesting feature of the Yawning Portal on the ground floor, and that is a large 40-foot diameter well built right into the center of the Yawning Portal. Above it, you can see there's a contraption that has a large bucket of sorts that is used to lower and raise people down into this well. Look up at the upper floors, and there are various floors around that look down into the center. There are different patrons and individuals sitting at tables on the upper layers, all the way up to like the top of the 4th floor. And they all have great views of just what's going on down below, and they can see everything from up there. Looking around as well, you see on the walls and shelves behind all the bars, and just around the tavern itself, is just a staggering amount of a variety of oddities and just trinkets and objects that adorn the walls. There are stuffed heads. There are jars with like wriggling hands in them. There are just different parts of monsters and trophies and relics, and it's just everywhere. And you see, set up in the corner of the Yawning Portal is a large booth. It seems to be closing down for the night, but just written on the top of it just says, "Dream and Delve."
Well, that sounds interesting. You see that sign? I need some sleep, but nice dreams are always good.
It appears that they're closing down for the evening, however.
How are you supposed to dream if it's not nighttime?
I suppose you'll have to save that question for the morning.
Is there someone standing there at the booth?
Yeah, there's some workers just kind of packing some stuff up. They just seem to be the helping hands of the tavern. It does seem to be closed for the night, the booth.
Well, that sucks.
But you are here for the night, so.
I guess we should get rooms. Make sure there's actually space here.
Can I want to go with whoever is going to get some rooms. I want to make sure we get a good price.
I'll walk up to the. I guess it's a bar, right?
Mhm.
There'd just be a bar, and there'd be whoever's managing.
Yeah, there are 3 different kind of bar areas. They get so much traffic in here that they need 3 different places they can purchase stuff.
Okay, I'll go with Wolfenbane.
Yeah, me
I want to find. I'm gonna whichever bar has someone at it that looks like they probably run the place.
All right.
the boss.
Yeah, you see a particularly older elf male. He's dressed, he's got an apron on, but he's got clean white silk shirt on. He's wearing fancy tavern clothes.
Fancy. All right.
So I'll say, good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam. Welcome to the Yawning Portal.
Thanks. Do you recognize my fellow partner?
He has these wire-brimmed glasses. He pushes them kind of up from his nose, looks at you and says, should I?
He's the hero of Phandalin, and he is with Glitterlocks.
The hero of Phandalin, you say? Have you frequented our establishment before?
This is my first time in Waterdeep, but my name has gone far and wide. You should. I'm surprised you haven't heard of me. That kind of hurts.
Have he also would he have heard of me because I met Rogadar in Waterdeep or something, right? No, but we traveled through Waterdeep or something.
He says, you stand in the tavern of the Great Durnan. Does that name ring a bell to you?
Of course!
Make history checks if you want.
I will lie and say, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I don't care if I know or not.
All
I
about
still say it first.
Diner.
Master Durnan's achievements far outshine yours.
I know about this.
Yeah, you recognize Master Durnan as being this great adventurer who had traveled deep into the Undermountain. The biggest dungeon in Faerun that's held deep underneath Mount Waterdeep. And to access it, you know that you have to enter through the well in the center of the Yawning Portal. He had built this tavern to be a place where people can go down into the Undermountain through the well. Durnan was a first adventurer to ever go down and come back up. And this was 200 years ago. Some lost relic or whatever he found down there has basically kept him alive all this time. And you know that he looks just as good as 200 years ago.
That's the guy in front of us?
It's not.
Oh.
You know that Durnan's a male, human.
Oh. Okay, sorry. So he told us about this guy, but I don't see him around.
Yeah, he basically says, whatever Wolverine's achievements are overshadowed by the Great Durnan.
Oh.
So
much for being a folk hero.
Okay, so would he know about Glitterlocks?
You get the feeling like he works in this establishment, and there are a lot of adventures that come in and out. A lot of heroes, a lot of popular individuals.
Okay.
Have you ever played here before, Zaya?
No, I've never been to the Yawning Portal. I guess when I came last time, I was in some other ward in the city, but not this ward.
It's pretty famous. You should try and get a show here.
I know! I should. Is there a stage around?
Mm-mm. It looks like the focal point of this is just a large well, 40 feet. It takes up the majority of the ground floor.
Okay. Hey, that's good enough, right, Wolverine? I can use that.
A well?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Use it well.
Yeah, why not?
So, will he be staying for the night? I have some work to do.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we need, how many rooms do we need, Zaya?
2.
2 rooms?
2 rooms?
Is that enough?
Okay, when I look inside the when I look in the room where we are, the place we're standing, does it look like it's a really crowded place, or does it look like it's not such a busy
the ground floor, it's still fairly busy at this time of night, but you get the feeling like just it being a popular hub for adventurers, during the day it would probably be packed. People just paying homage to the great adventurers, just coming here to talk sports stories. You get the feeling that it gets pretty packed.
I wanna whisper to Wolverine and be like, man, this place is too overrated for us.
I feel like a nobody.
I know. Me too. I don't like this at all. Okay.
Maybe it's a good thing since I'm supposed to be incognito. Someo's
That's
after
true,
me,
that's
you know.
true. So, I I don't see any stage around here, but my main purpose when it comes to inns and wonderful Yawning Portal as this one, I like to use some space for performance to entertain guests. Is that something that you would be interested in?
To be honest, the adventurers here are not here for the entertainment of music. They are here to place bets on those going to the Undermountain, or to seek the Undermountain's treasures themselves. To be honest, your talents would be best served in the dock ward, or the trades ward.
I told you, I'm gonna say, like, I feel like I don't want to stay here. I want to go to a different inn.
What's this under mountain? What is that? There's
The
treasure?
Undermountain is a large, extremely large, old dwarven fortress deep below the deep below the Waterdeep mountain. One could be lost there for months and never find the surface again. Many people place bets on those going down to the Undermountain to see how long they'll last, or if they'll ever come back. He kind of motions towards the trophies on the walls and says, "It's a standing tradition that adventurers who do come back with treasure offer one of their findings to Durnan as a gift."
Where is Durnan?
He's on business elsewhere.
Well, that's strange. He's not here to collect his reward?
He will be back.
I don't like this. It's like, what if this person doesn't
So
exist?
is that what that well is that goes down to the Undermountain?
Yes.
And it's like a maze dungeon tunnel with lots of treasure, and you won't come out for a long time.
Precisely. The well was actually the remains of the great Hallister Tower that went deep into the mountain. Durnan had created this Yawning Portal built around the remains of the tower. It is the only entrance into the Undermountain.
Would you happen to know what that booth over there is? And I point to where they're packing up. It talks about dreams, and I was hoping to get a good night's sleep.
Ah, yes. It is a new invention of sorts, endorsed by the Yawning Portal itself. They call it the Dream and Delve device, also known as the D&D device. They are closed for shop. They're closed up for the night, but they will be open up in the morning. You can inquire then. In the meantime, if you would like to stay at the Yawning Portal, it'll be 5 gold per night.
Per room?
Per room, per person?
Per room.
Per room.
But I count for half a person. Does that help for a discount?
Well, you tell me how many rooms you need, and you pay me.
I whisper. I kind of count for 2 people, so...
So if we book 2 rooms, is it possible to get a discount because we need more than 1 room, so we give you twice business?
As you can see, the Yawning Portal is popular. I do not need your business. That'll be 10 gold for the night.
Yeah, but what if you get, like, you need some services? Then we can
I pay the man 10
services.
gold.
That'll be 12 gold for the night. He takes your 10 gold. He kind of opens a book, tome, and asks for your names of your party.
Oh,
He's already
yes.
forgotten our names.
This will be Glitterlocks,
Takes your
the
name.
entertainer.
All right. And it takes the names of the rest of you guys. You provide your names, everyone, I presume.
Yeah, I hadn't assumed that we were with them, but we could come over.
Yeah,
Our names.
I'd assumed I was looking down the portal. Or down
I don't-
the well.
No, I don't. I mean, sorry. I meant did Wolverbane provide the names for provide the
Oh.
party names?
Yeah.
I provide everyone's name except mine. And I give an alias.
The hero of Fendlin.
All right, so you give a different name, and he writes them all down, and he directs you to a room on the 3rd floor, room side by
Okay,
side.
but wait, what name did you get? Like, I'm here. I want to know what name you give them.
I whispered it really quietly.
Okay.
All right, so you direct you to a room on the 3rd floor. What are the rest of you guys doing while these guys were bargaining for rooms?
I was just waiting for them to arrange the rooms, and as soon as they're done, I'm gonna go over to them.
Oh, can I ask? can I ask something as well before I leave the guy?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask him. In this area, not too far for a walk. Do you happen to know if there's any market of some sort?
You would find the market in the trades ward. That is what the trades ward is for.
Okay, great. Thanks.
He just walked off. Like,
Yeah, he just doesn't care at all
He
about us.
walked off. He like lit a lantern on the wall.
You know,
comes back.
I feel as if we were like at the Ritz, and I'm dressed up like I just went to the gym, and I'm totally disregard. That's exactly how I feel.
Basically,
right now.
you look around and everyone's kind of really in nice gear, and you're just like,
we got terrible armor. We look
Yeah, like I
orcs off the
feel
street.
like ashamed of myself right now. Okay, that's all.
I kind of linger around the bar and get myself a drink.
Alright.
Is anyone on the main floor looking down the well or like near the well?
There's a few adventurers just kind of leaning up, they're having a conversation. You see a female, like she looks like a kind of a thief in a cloak, and she's talking to a dwarf.
Are they the only ones by the well?
Up at 5. Yeah, no, on the other side you see like 3 more adventurers leaning up against the well. One just
Who
kind of
looks the
points
most friendly compared from what I can tell?
They all look pretty rough. I would say the female and the dwarf. The female elf and the dwarf.
Cool. I'm gonna go up to them and strike up a conversation.
They're just having a conversation about some past adventure, and they see you coming. There's like the dwarf says, "Oh, hello there, friend."
Hello. What is your name?
Oh, let me grab some names here. Sorry.
He looks the classic. He looks the classic question that trips up DMs all the time. If you ever want to make the DM struggle, just find random people in town and be like, "What's your name, sir?"
He looks a little sloshed because he's been drinking a lot. He's like, "Oh, my name is Telefin. What's your name, friend?"
My name is Vogadar. This is my first time in this inn. Do you know what the well is?
Oh, the well. Hell leads to the great Undermountain. Are you seeking great adventure? To be lost and to uncover great mysteries and treasures and fame beyond anything you've ever known? Then dive into the Undermountain and see if you come back.
Dive? I'd like to peek over the edge to see how far down it goes.
Yeah, it goes an easy 140 feet down below. You
That
can't even see it.
That would be a bad dive to make.
It's one die.
Well, if you know how to cast Featherfall, then maybe might be a little interesting. Are you seeking adventure down there?
No, we're my companions. I motioned to the group. We're currently in the middle of an adventure. We are just stopping here for a time period.
Well, there's no better place to stop for adventure than the famous Yawning Portal. Count yourself lucky.
What brings you to the Yawning Portal?
I would just make a stop myself. I thought I would, me and my companion here, go check it out, you know. It's a classic dungeon. Well known. Can't consider yourself a adventurer if you'd never been down into the Undermountain. So we were gonna go check it out. You know, maybe do a few floors and come back.
Best of luck. Perhaps I will have to add that to my list of things to do.
You
Sounds
should.
exciting.
Every excellent adventurer should do the Undermountain at least once. Most only ever do it once because they die.
I'll do it later in my life then.
That's a good idea.
Well, have a good night. It seems we have a room.
Very well. Have a good night. And they kind of go back to talking to themselves. Do you guys retire?
I bring my drink over to the rest of the group. We got 2 rooms. You guys just want to stay down here for a bit, have a drink, have a talk?
Can I do a perception check in the room? I want to know if there's a cleric in the room.
Okay.
Everyone just stares at me awkwardly and take another sip.
No, I'm looking around. I'm looking for a cleric.
Yeah, you see, I mean, there's a bunch of adventurers, and one of them seems to be of the cleric nature, of the cleric class.
I want to go see that person. Does he look like a dark, scary person? Or does he look friendly?
No, he looks very pious.
What is that? priesty?
Like very religious. He's sitting there. He's got a large tome.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm gonna go to him.
I notice Zaya heading towards the cleric, and I will follow her.
Yeah, you need that too, right?
Yep.
Don't everybody answer me at once. I'll just
I'll be right back.
sit down by myself as everyone just walks away from me.
I will be back in a moment, Wolverine. I'm going to get some hot water. And I go and order some hot water.
On the house.
That sounds like
Sweet. I make some tea.
All right. Wolverine, as you talk to yourself and have a drink by yourself, friends leave you. Zaya,
I'm back by now. I just got some free hot
Well,
water.
where's Anakel and Luna?
Yeah, yo, Wolverine, let's eat some fish and potatoes. Let's see what they have here.
I'm hoping for some actual meat. I want some game.
What about your
Beef
crotch?
I can't really hear.
What about the stuff you keep in your pants?
Oh well, yeah, but like I want a hot, cooked, freshly killed meal every once in a while.
Okay.
Can't survive off of nice, juicy, dried meat all the time.
Juicy and dry don't work together, but sure. Okay, I get it.
Oh, it works. It's the secret recipe.
you guys approach the cleric, who's just reading through his book. Seems to be an older man, white hair.
Good evening, sir. I am.
Oh, good evening.
I don't want to bother you. This is my friend Lucius. He's not as dark as he looks. He's a really good guy. Don't worry.
That's racist.
He says,
If I said that about a black person, that'd be like the worst possible thing to ever say.
Dark as he looks.
your
He's
friend
not as dark
Lucius-
as he looks.
Your friend Lucius looks like he needs Dessarin Ray.
He does actually. Are you a provider of some deity?
I am a cleric of Dessarin Ray, yes.
Well, I am so glad to meet you. I am Zaya Wintobel. You can also call me Glitterlocks. Just look for me on stages usually. But right now, I'm
Lucius
in
is rolling
deep
his eyes so hard.
need. I'm in deep need of some cleric help. Him too. We are actually. We need your help.
I kind of just take a step forward and I say, we would be willing to exchange some coin in exchange for a lesser restoration spell, if you would be so kind.
Basically.
Are we in earshot of this happening?
We've had an unfortunate encounter with some Dipsaw lately, and seem to have been left weakened by the effects of their bites.
Matt, Attica, make a perception check. He says, "Oh, well, you've got me at a very good time. I have a few remaining arcanic energies left in my body for the night, also known as spell slots. If you need help, I'm here to help. And please, any monetary reward you provide for me, I will use it as a donation for the Church of Dessarin Ray."
Do I hear it with a 22?
Yeah, you kind of your ears perk up. You're hearing these guys chatting to the distance.
I quickly look at Wolverine and Luna. I'm like, but I'll be back in a second.
What's going on? What's going on? Tell me.
Where are you going?
Yeah, where are you planning on leaving us?
I don't know how to say this in a non-meta way. I don't know. After our battle with those frost things, I've been feeling very weak, as in my max HP went down. And so they're talking to a cleric. I'm gonna go get some help.
Wait, I've been feeling the same way. I follow Anakin.
Oh, come with me.
What is going on? There were only like 2 of those things.
No, the little worm things that bit us.
I know. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, you and I didn't.
No, there was more than 2, I think.
No,
I got bit. That's all I know. And I head over.
Wolverine still thinks there's 2, because after the 2, he went back upstairs.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
that's-
you're right. Yeah, I head over. And I join
I'm behind Anakel.
I'm doing the queue line to be touched by this priest.
These
All
guys
right,
are
so-
weaklings.
So he, the pious cleric says, "Oh, a lot of your friends need help. All right, very well. I will heal your wounds with the power of Dessarin Ray, and any donation again will be used for the Church of Dessarin Ray."
Oh my
Dessarin
gosh,
Ray is
I wanna
so
watch
good.
And who
I close
needs
my eyes and I wait.
who needs healing here?
No.
I do.
Me.
We all do, except for
All right.
Robin Luna.
So you line up, and this old man, one by one, you see his hands glow golden with the power of Dessarin Ray. Like it goes through his armor, his body just shines, and the emblem of Dessarin Ray on his breastplate begins to emanate. And one by one, he places his hands on you, on your heads, on your temples. He says a few words, and you feel the warm rays of Dessarin Ray just course through your body. And bit by bit, you start to feel your essence, your vitality just come back to you. And one by one, so any of that HP you lost from the dipset poison,
Yes.
the maximum is now you're back to your full maximum.
Woohoo!
One by one. No.
Do I also just heal right now, or is just my?
No, we're
my
gonna say
total-
that just your total HP goes back to full.
And my current as well.
No, just leave it for now.
Okay.
Okay. He touches one of you each bit by bits, and you feel it course through your body. As he goes to Lucius, he just whispers, "You need Dessarin Ray."
Do I hear that?
No, you don't hear it. Your eyes are closed. You're too focused waiting for your.
Yeah, I'm playing a little tune in my head. I'm like, oh, this is great.
As he completes it,
I whisper back. I already have one entity to serve, and I'm not even happy about that.
as he kind of shoots you a weird, awkward glance, like he said something blasphemous. He finishes doing each one of you one by one, and he looks visibly exhausted. Like it just kind of took a lot of energy out of him. He says, "Oh, sure, I'm gonna need a long rest after that one."
Do you need a drink?
No, I like to be clear of minds at all times. If you don't mind, I'd like to go back to my studies. But again, any donations would be appreciated.
Would you like some tea?
Oh, tea would be very good, actually.
Lucius takes out 2 gold pieces and hands it to him.
All right, and he takes it. Oh, blessings of Dessarin Ray, my friend.
How much? How much did you give, Lucius?
I give 2 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll give him 2 as well.
All right, takes your 2 gold and
Of
blessings.
course, Dessarin Ray.
All right, so
I give
6
him
gold
5.
pieces. So he has 11 gold pieces. Places it in a small pouch that has the emblem of Dessarin Ray and says, "Thank you so much. This will do Dessarin Ray's work and help feed the poor in the field ward." And sits back down and goes back to his book. Rogan, are you offering him the tea?
Yeah, I'm offering some tea.
As he sits down, you hand over the tea. He's like, he takes it, and just the presence of the tea itself, you guys being somewhat close proximity, it already burns your nose. You're kind of like, your nose are you're just, oh, okay, like, no, I don't, none of this. The priest takes it, and you can see that his eyes are even just beginning to water just by holding it.
I'm gonna warn him. I'm gonna be like,
"Thank you,
wait. Just before you drink it,
Yes.
I must warn you.
It's delicious.
I interrupt. I kind of put my arm out in front of Zaya and I say,
What?
I'm sure the tea,
No.
the tea will be perfectly fine. And then I cast prestidigitation on the tea to make it delicious.
I take it from him.
He's confused. You see, Lucius casts something and an incantation.
I cast it subtly.
Just while Zaya just reaches
while
up
while I'm stopping Zaya.
You step there, and Zaya still managed to reach up and just take the saucer and the teacup from him. And he just sitting there like, maybe the 11 gold is enough. Thank you for your donation to Dessarin Ray.
Okay.
The rest of you seem to have some inner conflict. You all need Dessarin Ray. So perhaps you should work on your relationships instead. But I thank you so much, my dear Dragonborn friend.
I want to go to him and whisper in his ear. He makes some very spicy tea.
He whispers back, "Thank you, young one. I really didn't want to drink it."
I take a big gulp of it when he hands it back to me.
He just
Does it
nods.
taste different, Lucius?
You don't know that I did anything.
thank him.
Does it taste different though?
Oh,
Is
it
it
tastes
spicy?
different, but
Yeah, it's not what you're used to, Rogadar. It's not that spicy.
Define
I'm gonna say
good, though.
thanks.
Is that Lucius good? Is it good like his soul?
No.
it's magical good. Maybe it's
Oh.
good for everybody.
Okay.
But it's not
The
spicy.
best tea you've ever had.
All right. So with that, are you? Yeah, you guys are feeling great. The vitality's back in you, but you're still tired. Wolverbane's particularly exhausted just from having a baby around. And your rooms are prepared. Are you guys heading to bed?
I miss him.
What time is it though? Is it
It's pretty late. Like by the time
Oh,
you
is it?
guys got to this, to the Yawning Portal from the front of the gates, you've had a long day.
okay? I'm gonna. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna wait.
Lucius turns to the others and says, "Well, if you're all settled in now, I have some business to take care of. I should be back before the night is through."
Okay. Who's going to bed?
And then with Zaya saying, "Okay," I turn around and leave in.
All right. Lucius heads out.
I'm gonna have another drink at least. You guys gonna stay and
Yeah, I'll go with Wolverine.
I'm gonna head off to bed.
well, I was just sitting at the table still. I didn't go
Oh.
to the cleric.
So I'll go. Rogadar, are you gonna stay up for a bit?
No, I'm gonna go and hit the sack.
Okay, I'm gonna stay down a little bit.
I'm
gonna go join Wolverine.
Anagal, you're not staying?
Nah.
Battle Bros, man.
Nah.
Have a
I'll see
drink.
you in the morning. Peace, brother. Peace.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit the room.
Loser.
I'll head upstairs.
All right.
So Wolverbane and Zaya awkwardly sit there.
No, I pull out my wonderful stein.
Oh yeah, you got that thing.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
didn't-
don't have to pay for booze.
I didn't
I
even
just
have
have
to
my
buy
own
this beer.
stack. What?
I totally didn't even have to buy these 2 beers.
No, you didn't. But you did anyways. It's okay. I can give you 2 more. Also, can I have some fruits? I'm a little hungry.
Okay.
All right. So
I get out my
cornucopia.
cornucopia of. Let me get out my items. Cornucopia. Wait. Earth Mother cornucopia. I get out the Earth Mother cornucopia. Zaya, what kind of fruit do you want?
Mangoes.
Mangoes. And I think mangoes. And I pour it over.
Roll the D100.
First roll of the night. Or is it? Oh no, it wasn't perceptions. My first roll of the night. 59.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
it's not bad.
a handful of mangoes fall out. Some of them are really green. Some of them are getting that orange color. They're generally somewhat ripe. They just
Okay,
are
when I
falling-
buy mango, they're pretty green mango. They're good.
They just are tumbling onto the table. Just rolling off the sides. One of the bartenders says, "Oi! No outside food is on the Yawning Portal!"
Sorry.
I just drag it into the bag of holding.
There you go.
Oh, good. It's
We'll-
all
we'll-
gone.
We'll eat them in our room later.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, so the rest of you.
I wanna also just tell Wolverine, Wolverine, I need to go to the trades quarter sometime.
What do you want to get?
So we need to get some hot peppers for Rogadar.
Why?
Yeah, we just do, but I don't know. It's a big city. You want to come with me?
Is this for a prank?
No, he likes those things. It's for a gift.
Okay, I don't know what's so special. You have to go buy peppers for Rogadar.
No, the hot peppers.
Yeah, I know. Okay. I need a new bag, you know. If Charlie ever gets returned to us, I need something with like good solid straps, maybe a little pouch that I can keep some cold stuff in, you know.
Okay, so I guess the trades center.
We should go
trades
shopping
place.
tomorrow.
Yeah, shopping tomorrow.
All right, as you continually change the name of the trades, the rest of you have gone to bed. Lucius, you duck outside to the streets. Being a bustling city, there are still people out and about.
I am heading. Okay, so first of all, the care package that was left from me.
Mhm.
What is the usual place?
So you know that it's held. It's the drop points that you're familiar with is in the City of the Dead, which is a large park on the east side of town, which serves as a graveyard. There's a lot of mausoleums and tombs and those sorts of things. But it's a very nice park, well maintained, with a lot of trees and bushes and flower arrangements. And a lot of the common folk will stroll through here during the day and have picnics there. You are looking. There's a particular tombstone that they dig packages behind, and it's kind of in a subtle place where no one really looks.
Okay, and the city's informant, as per my perk. Where would they be located?
They would probably be located in the docks ward.
Okay. Would 4 hours be enough time to hit up both of those?
Yeah. I mean, your foreman would probably be asleep. You could probably hit up the City of the Dead and come back.
Really? Zentire informant asleep when there's still people outside on the streets?
It's late. They seem to be retiring for the homes. I mean, yeah, you can definitely go.
Okay, no, that's fine then. I'll go to the City of the Dead and pick up my care package, and I'll make for my informant in the morning.
All right. Nope, that's Zaya.
That's basically all I need to do tonight then.
Okay. You head over. It's a small walk. There's no one. The City of the Dead is pretty quiet. You see the odd kind of city guard just patrolling around. It's not barred at nights, so you're free to walk the land. It takes you. You know exactly where this location is. You've used it many times before in your operations, and you beeline for a particular hidden tombstone by a large oak tree. It's very secluded and not very ornate. Doesn't draw a lot of attention. You go behind it, and you can tell that the dirt has been sifted quite recently.
All right. I will. So it's buried then.
Yeah, you know that you generally just bury it behind this tombstone,
but not like deep, right?
No. Enough that it's covered, but.
Okay, I want to take a look around, make sure there's nobody around.
Sure, make a perception check.
13.
Okay. Have a quick glance around. You spot a few guards just patrolling the lands. You make it look like you're just paying homage to whatever tombstone this belonged to. You wait till they're kind of out of eyesight, line of sight, and you seem to be in the clear.
All right, I take out my dagger and kind of begin moving the dirt out of the way.
All right. It doesn't take you long before you find a small satchel, like a little bag, buried within. It's tied up nicely so no dirt got in. And you pull it out of the ground like a turnip.
And I examine its contents.
Yep. You look inside. You pull out it's an elaborate scroll. On it, it's made of really nice parchment, and on it is the kind of the symbol of the Zentarum. You recognize this kind of scroll as being a particularly magical scroll that allows you to cast any 5th level spell or lower. It's a very rare Zentarum scroll that doesn't have the spell pre-written. You can determine it at any time. It's one-time use, but any 5th level spell or lower.
Neat.
That's amazing.
So you roll it up. You can use it as a clutch card.
Tuck that away in my cloak.
You reach
One
into
of my many inner cloak pockets.
You reach in and you pull out a potion. It's red, but it has this orangey red yellow look to it, and it almost bubbles. And as you swirl it, little flames pop up within the vial itself. You take a look at it, taste it a little bit. You know it's a potion of fire breath.
Okay.
Continuing to look inside, you pull out a nice bottle. It is this thin, fancy looking wine bottle. It's a dark blue, and it's corked with a snowflake. you read the side of it. It's the famous Winter Tempest, a very high valued iced wine that is just always perpetually cold. Just to your touch itself, you can feel just the frost on it. But it is a very high quality wine.
That's so cool.
And amongst the rest of it, you find 100 gold pieces to help continue your adventure.
Cool. Yeah, I tuck all of that away. I have a backpack that I kind of just keep under my cloak,
Okay.
kind of hanging down at the side. So I'll put the ice wine in that,
Okay.
and then
All right.
head back to the inn, I suppose.
You head back to the inn. Taking alternate routes, lest you be followed. Centaur ways and whatnot. So the rest of you guys go to bed. And you retire to the rooms. The 2 rooms for 6 of you guys. You managed to. The rooms are very nicely decorated. It is a high quality place you're staying at. The walls are adorned with paintings of famous adventurers in different locations. You recognize some of them. You see like a picture of Neverwinter. You see the high forest. Another painting. Just key locations around Faerun. And you guys go to bed. And you get all your life back. And your hit points back. And your spell slots back.
To go into bed, I want to do something in my room.
Sure. What do you want to do, Riverdasher?
So I want to take out the vial that I got from the vampire's cloak, and examine it.
All right, so you spend some of your resting time to just look at this vial. It's a thin, kind of like a tube, a test tube almost, with a cork on it. The tube itself is nothing special, but the contents are deep, like thick liquid. It is clear that it's blood. You pop the cork and you smell it. It smells like blood, but just holding it, you get this arcanic presence from it. So you spend about an hour just kind of focusing on this thing. As everyone kind of drifts off to sleep, you finish your meditation with this object, and you kind of understand its properties. Let me grab those for you. Wherever I wrote them. Where did I write it? There. Birch rated. Jeez, you think I would have it written down somewhere? Okay, well, let me find it here then. Basically, what you determined, Rogadar, is that if you take this vial of blood, it's a blood of a creature that you're not sure of. It's a concoction of various bloods just mixed together in some sort of way and imbued with magical, arcanic energy. But you understand, just knowing that with his blood, you can take it, and you would be able to coat any weapon with it. Take a little rag and wipe it down into any weapon, and by doing so, imbue your weapon with some sort of magical property permanently. And those properties are as follows. Essentially, your weapon will become a +1 weapon, and whenever you attack with this weapon and roll a 20 on your attack roll, basically a natural 20, you get to do an additional 3d6 necrotic damage. And any of that damage you do, you gain as temporary hit points. Essentially giving you a weapon of life stealing.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Well, where would I staying up late tonight?
Very, it's very vampiric and fitting.
Well, I go back down to the bar, I get another cup of hot water, and I go to the room and I start working on it.
Yeah, it doesn't take too long. As you're wiping the blood into the edge of your glaive, you can see it's almost like the metal is seeping, the blood is seeping to the metal. It's like drinking it. It's drawing all the energy in, leaving no residue and no evidence that blood has been wiped on it. You go through the vial. It doesn't take too long.
Do I have to attune to it?
Yes, you would now have to attune to it.
Okay. And after I wipe it down, I attune to it, and then I retire for the night.
Perfect. All right, so now you guys go to bed. And have a glorious night. Rokadar is dreaming about his new weapon. You wake up. You all wake up to a loud boom. A thunderbolt. There is a terrible storm brewing outside. It seems like it's going to be a pretty shitty morning.
Oh no.
After waking up, I go downstairs.
Yeah, me too. I go downstairs when I get up.
All right.
And I inquire if there is breakfast served.
Yeah, you go to one of the 3 bars. And they said, "Oh yes, we serve breakfast here. Apparently the new fad here is fish and potatoes. It's all the Raven land, so we offer that, but along a myriad of other common breakfasts: eggs, chicken, congee."
I'll have some eggs, please.
They take your egg order, however you like it, and begin to crack open some eggs. As you can see around the tavern itself, just due to the rain, a lot of people are starting to pack into this area. As you guys wake up and head downstairs, you also notice that the D&D booth is starting to open up for business.
Oh, let's go check that thing out. Annagel?
Sounds good. I'm sorry, I'm just eating. I don't want to crunch.
I will follow them out of curiosity.
I kind of push my way through the people that are
Yeah,
crowding around it.
People are starting to crowd up against it. It's a large booth. It's very fancy. Just dream and delve. Endorsed by the Yawning Portal. And you see that just displayed along the front end of the booth are these large, thick circlets, metal silver circlets. They're just placed a line there. And in particular, just male, just talking to different patrons about their product.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh yes, welcome to Dream and Delve.
What is this? I came here last night and I wanted a really good sleep, but you guys are closed. What's with that?
Yeah, we have to sleep as well. You know, this is a great new product that we're selling, and it just tired me up. Just plumb tired me out. Just trying to sell so many of them. Listen,
You can't use your own product called Dream and Delve to rejuvenate yourself?
No. You don't seem to understand what Dream and Delve is. It's not for sleeping. It's for adventuring. You see,
you're dreaming, but you're not sleeping.
Yes, and not. But listen, let me explain. And he hands you one of these circlets. He says, "With this circlet, you can relive the great adventures of old, tales from beyond the Yawning Portal. You see, the Yawning Portal attracts all sorts of adventurers, famous adventurers who shared great stories from the past of all around Faerun. We want to give the opportunity for young adventurers like yourself, of course, to experience these magical and wonderful journeys. So, we've created a device called the D&D, the Dream and Delve. Simply place it on your head, and you and your companions can create your own characters in this fantasy world, where you can play in these wonderful adventures from the ye old past."
No recursion, man.
Does it have
Like the first rule of D&D.
Does it have a lot of reading and numbers and math? I'm not really into that.
It's very simple. Place it on your head, and you think of your own character. Give it a name. Give it an ability, a background. And as you simply journey through these adventures, these dungeons.
I know who I'm going to be, and I look at Lucius.
And we are a new product, so we're starting a promotion. First of all, for a low price of only 2 gold pieces, you can have your very own headsets. But
What?
It only comes preloaded with the first adventure. However, we offer 7 grand adventures. And for only the low price of 12 gold pieces, they can all be yours. Today!
All of them?
All of them! And here's a better one. We're starting a promotion, trying to get everyone hyped up, get
All
get
these
people
promotions. I'm so hyped right now.
so hyped up. Listen down. This is gonna really get you here, my friends. Listen. The first top 10 groups that
Yes.
complete all 7 of them
Yes.
will be put on our leaderboard. And he kind of motions to like a large leaderboard that has no names on it currently. And he says, the ones that come in first place will receive a grand prize. A grand
way.
prize! Is that crazy?
How grand is the prize?
Oh,
Took the words out of my
no
mouth.
idea. But you will be ranked on how many deaths your party has received. The least amount of deaths, the better.
So what if you die? If you die in this D&D, do you die in real life?
No, of course not, silly. Only your character dies, and you don't. That would be stupid. Only your character dies, of course.
What happens if your character dies?
Oh, you start again. Your character comes back, and you try it again.
Like resurrection?
It's simply a simulation of the mind.
So you're telling me that for 2 gold pieces, I can own this or I can play on it?
You can own it.
I can take it. I can take it with me.
Yes, it would be yours, of course. It's a cheap cost right now. It's a promotion price. It's gonna scale up quite a bit.
Can I invest?
You certainly can, with Master Durdum when he's back.
But Anakel, you can't even see.
Oh yeah. Well, how does this work for the blind?
Oh, it does not use
Oh
your
my
eyes. It simply uses your mind, your thoughts. It puts you in sort of a dream state. That's why we call it dream and delve. You're dreaming almost, but you're delving into these adventures.
By now,
D&D
Lucius has gotten bored and he walks away.
from the pitch.
This is
So,
a
can I-
waste of time.
Can I interest you in a
But
D&D
if
device?
you get a free knife if you just stay here for 30 more seconds.
And then
Can
you
I
buy our
interest you?
knives, and then you sell them, and you can make your own business called Herbalife.
Can I interest you in a D&D device?
I'll take one.
I'll take 6.
6. All right.
Reloaded with all of the DLC.
All right. Let me do the quick calculations here.
Oh, but-
6.
You can get me like it's like a bulk order, so it should be a pretty good deal, right? Like buy 5 get 1 free.
Well, we're selling quite a bit, so I mean,
Sorry, you're buying us all of them?
the price is already a discounted price. I mean, once these go retail, it'll be 10 gold just for the base headset alone.
That's
So,
crazy.
That'll be 72 gold pieces for 6 units, preloaded with all 7 adventures.
72. I didn't think it would be that much.
I'll split it with you.
So like, what is that? 20 each.
Mm-hmm.
I hand him 20 gold,
It's 36 each.
and then Anakel will pay him the rest. Did I do good?
Sure.
So Anakin was
Tell me how much
52.
Huh?
52.
No, I'm joking. It's 36 each.
You hand him the gold despite whoever pays whatever. He hands them over, and in these small little cardboard packagings, he hands you 6 boxes. There you go. All you have to do is put it on your head, enter the dream state, will yourself to enter, and create your characters, and away you go! And try to be the first one to the top of the scoreboard.
What's the warranty like on this? Does it manufacture us 1 year at least? At least, very least.
At least, if you have a problem with it, come back and visit Yawning Portal. They'll replace
Yeah,
it.
just for defects and like if I
Of
drop
course,
it in
of
the
course.
toilet or something.
No. That would be user fault and void the warranty, but 1 year.
Does it have a headphone jack, or did you remove that in this one?
Well, this is only D&D, the D&D first edition, so perhaps in the second edition we will have a little more enhancements.
Oh, I wanted to wait for the 5th edition.
Sorry, we can't streamline it yet. It's going to be very hard in edition to begin with. But maybe we'll make an advanced D&D first edition.
All right.
All right, so you grab your boxes.
I'm holding them all and I'm just guys.
As you're heading back to the group, you bump into a particular looking individual. He's like a male. He's got a large bushy beard. He's got these thick glasses on his face, sort of balding. He seems older, but yet has this vibe of like not quite matured. And he says, "Hey, pal, watch where you're going."
Excuse me.
No, excuse you. You walked into me. Do you know who I am? I'm the one with my group that's gonna make it to the top of the scoreboard first. So you better stay out of my way. All right?
Oh, he didn't.
Yeah.
Does he wear a fedora?
He's got a feathered cap on.
Does he have seriously bad VO?
You're getting this vibe that he smells like shit.
How's his skincare?
Terrible.
Let's rough him up a little bit.
He says, my group, the Chaos Legion, is totally gonna make it to the top of the scoreboard first. So that prize is ours. And you better remember my name. They call me, in my group of friends, Calamity. So remember it, pal. Calamity's the name. Leader of the Chaos Legion. And you don't stand a chance in the virtual world. We got this. Stay out of our way.
We just lost a follower tonight, guys.
I just pat him on his shoulder. I look him. Well, I face him in the face, and I just whisper, "I am so sorry," and then I walk away.
And then I walk away holding all that stuff, but I whisper, "You're going down."
And he just kind of gives you this smug look, like, whatever. And he walks off, leaving just a terrible smell in his absence. So you think he unfollows?
One day we're just gonna meet up with him. We're gonna kick the shit out of him. We're gonna kick the shit out of him.
All right, so Lowerbane, you bring back the boxes to your friends. You mute
So
yourself.
speechless. We can't even hear him.
Guys, look at this. We each got one. I start passing them out.
All right, he hands you guys your boxes.
You spent money on this frivolity.
This is like... It's like reading a book, but you get to swing swords, you know?
I hope you don't expect me to pay you back for this ridiculous toy.
We already swing swords.
But you can do it in your mind.
But
I
wouldn't I
smell-
rather do it in person?
Well, apparently, if you get hurt or you die, you can just come back to life.
But then where's the fun of it?
I see your point. But I didn't get a receipt. So this is your birthday and Winterfest presents for the next 2 years, guys.
I smile and I'll say, Wolverine, you're the best friend ever. And I have like really big bully eyes, and I'm like, oh, this is
You guys
so
want
cool.
you guys want to try it right now?
Nope.
In case you've forgotten, there is a bigger issue occurring kind of all across the land right now that we need to deal with.
Yeah, but you can escape your problems in the fake world.
It's raining. That's a big problem.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant, Wolverine. It's hard to play games
Same level.
when it's raining outside.
It's the worst.
So, are we ready to speak with Chazloth yet?
I thought it was Shazbooth.
How do you pronounce the name?
Shazlouth?
Shazloth.
Oh, is it O-U-T-H?
It's okay. Well, I'm gonna type this out. There's different dialects and you guys speak differently, so
Oh, perfect.
You dragonborn and your accents.
Shazlouth Yarhorn.
Yeah, Chazloth. Okay.
No, Shazbooth.
Shazlouth.
I say it how I spelt it out.
Anyway, that is why we've come here, is it not?
I believe we were also given a token from that monk back in Goldenfield. And we were supposed to take that to her house here.
Lucius has no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
But he,
Is that the girl fighter that we fought with? You're talking
yeah,
about?
that girl monk.
Yeah.
Zelang.
Are you the one who's gonna take care of that?
Wolverbane has the token.
Oh, I can go with Wolverbane. We have stuff to do today.
Are we just gonna go claim all this stuff for ourselves? I think this is like a torque thing, We should all be going.
I mean, we can go and split it after.
Well, don't you all want to go meet this family and
Yeah,
see
I'll
what-
go with you.
Yeah, I don't see why we have to split the party over this.
Well, me and Luna weren't there for that. We don't know who this person is. But I'll come. Whatever. I'll come along. Because it's a big city. I don't want to get lost. Especially being a blind person, they take advantage of these people.
Very well, let's get this over with so that we can get on to the more pressing matters.
At that moment, you feel someone just touch your butt. All right. So what's your first objective here? Going who?
Ziliang's family.
Yep.
You recall from when Zilang gave you her black pearl necklace, she had mentioned, had told you to go to the House Thane.
To meet a butler, right?
Yeah, to talk to the butler at House Thane, deep within the castle ward. And House Thane, you guys, she had mentioned, is kind of an allied family of her family. They're both really high business families. House Thane being one of the leading vintners of Waterdeep itself, whereas Liang's family, the Liang family, are traders who trade in silk and whale oil and fine glasses from the east, and traded through Baldur's Gate. So she comes from a quite substantial family.
So we're gonna have to ask around to find this House Thane castle, right?
Let's ask at the bar.
Lucius,
I'm gonna go
do you
ask
know
the
where
bar.
it is?
I don't think I would necessarily.
Can I go ask at the bar
Sure.
if anyone knows?
No, you asked at the bar, and one of the barmaids. Yes. What can I do for you?
Yes. Hello. Good morning, darling. You look fabulous. And then I'll
Sorry,
say-
I cannot hear you over the constant chewing. Close your
Oh
mouth.
man, what? It's in Has.
I was like, what? What's going on? Oh wait. You look fabulous, dear.
That's the thunder
I-
outside.
Yeah. The rain pouring. Would you happen to know where the Thane Manor is? Castle of Thane?
She says, yes. You can find it amongst the vineyards in the castle ward. And she, like any good hotel or hostel, has one of those maps that you can give to the guests. She had it's already pre-marked with the X where
This
you
is my
are.
First map.
She draws a little like a mark. Says, you can find it here.
Okay, and where do I find the trades, like the market street in the trades quarter?
Using a different word again, she says, the trades ward. And you can see that the map is pre-generated with the ward names. She just kind of points to the trade ward. Says,
so this whole place is all a market?
Yes, that whole place is the trade ward. You'll find markets, trade, all sorts of things there.
That's huge.
It's quite
How am I
large.
gonna find what I need in there?
Well, that's your problem and not mine.
Okay.
I'm sure there's grocery markets. I'm sure there's grocery markets all over the place. It's a big population in the city. Everyone's got to eat.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so I go back to the group and I'm like, okay, and I point. Look, she marked it for us. This is where we have to go.
You guys head out into the nice pouring rain.
Great.
I have my blue cape of underwater breathing. Does that help at all somehow?
Underwater breathing.
Yeah, as you stand outside like a chicken, just looking up with their mouth open. You don't drown because you can breathe.
Does it protect me from getting wet at all or something about that? No.
You get extra soaked. Like it goes right down to your bone. You feel worse. But you can breathe.
It's horrible. That's horrible.
All right. So you guys head towards the vineyard section. You find a large manor, very, very rich looking. But all along the way, you find a ton of other noble-looking houses. A lot of public facilities. A lot of the political facilities are here in the castle ward as well. You feel a little bit out of place in this ward, particularly. You pass a lot of educational buildings, libraries, religious structures. You can see in the distance the castle Waterdeep itself, the large palace.
Can I just listen? Like, is anyone crossing, like, saying anything about the castle while we walk by?
Which castle? Like the Cloud Castle?
The giant cloud castle.
Sure, make a perception check.
Any fighting schools around here, or just knowledge schools?
Here in the castle ward, it looks like to be like knowledge, like a little more political. Your fighting sort of schools you would probably find in a different ward.
Oh, okay, good. At least I have them.
Are there any fight clubs?
There are so many fight clubs. We're just fighting in the streets. They're just people just brawling. But you feel like if you were to look around, you would find. I mean, this is Waterdeep. You'd find anything you want. Really.
Oh, do I see any placards or sigils of the Mountain Crashers? Both old and new emblems.
Sure. First of all, Zaya, as you guys are waltzing through the rain, there aren't a lot of people out and about. But you do catch a couple of gossipy-looking women just huddled underneath like an overhang. You hear them just whisper, like just talking to them amongst themselves, not particularly secretive. They say, "Oh man, I hope this rain lets up." And the other one says, "Yes, wasn't Count Nimbolo supposed to be doing a tour around the castle? I wonder how this would affect the weather, or I wonder how the weather would affect that." And the other one lady says, "Oh, I wish the Cloud Castle would just go away and leave us alone. We're too noble for these people." They really look stuck up.
Okay. They said King what? About
Count,
the first part you said.
Count Nimbolo and his court were supposed to be doing a tour around the castle.
Okay. So nothing really interesting. Okay.
Aside from the fact that Count Nimbolo, the cloud giants, is supposed to be doing a tour around the castle. If you all the castle ward.
Oh, it's the okay.
You kind of get the sense that they're referring to the cloud giant.
Okay.
Tour of his cloud castle floating in the air?
No, they're doing a. You get the sense that the Count Nimbolo was going to do a tour of the castle ward with his. And one says.
Okay, so
that's. I heard Countess Malara wears fancy masks on her face to conceal her looks. No one says, "Do you think she's beautiful?" No, not as beautiful as I. Okay. I wear the finest of the makeups.
I'll wait until we walk a little bit away from them, and then I'll share to the group that. So apparently, this Count Nimbolo is in the Cloud Castle, and he should be coming down soon. he's not here because it's raining, but after the rain stops, I'm assuming he's going to come for a tour in the city. So we should try to check that out.
Is that somebody we need to be talking to?
Oh, he's a giant.
Is he? Do we have to kill him?
No, but I'm interested in meeting with him.
For once, I agree with Zaya. I think it would be worthwhile to talk with any giants who are civil enough to have a conversation.
I want to talk to a giant again.
Could have had a conversation with Charlie, but no.
We might in a couple years.
All right, so you approach what appears to be House Thane. Wolverbane. Yeah, as you guys are walking around and Zaya's giving you guys this information. You start looking for some sort of notice regarding the mountain crashers. Make a perception check.
All of us?
No, Wolverbane.
Oh.
22. No, 15. Oh, that was Zaya's.
No, but you do catch a couple of notices. Ones that were posted before, but these ones are a little more kind of specific to Waterdeep. It says, it looks like they appear to be like recruitment posters. You see one slapped on a board, saying that anyone who's interested in joining the Mountain Crashers or learning more about the Mountain Crashers, come visit the recruitment center set up in the Sea Ward. And then in fine print it says, weather pending.
I take one of them.
All right, you pull it off.
And I pocket it.
All right.
To remember where they are.
All right.
But I don't see any people. I don't see any people with, like, I don't know, the logo anywhere. Not that it's a guild. They're not like a...
Just wearing like the boards on their with like with the menu. No, I mean, due to its rain, like not a lot of people are out. Only those that need to be out are moving with horse and buggy and carts and those kind of things. But the weather seems to have kept everyone indoors. So you approach House Thane, and you can see that it is built upon there's a large vineyard.
Is there anyone around? Or light in the house, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's the morning, so I mean, you catch a few servants kind of out and about in the vineyard, just doing a quick checkup on things off to the distance. But there's,
Well, let's go inside. I'm tired of getting poured on.
Yeah, you guys are just getting pissed on hard.
So I walk to the
door.
door
To knock on? Should we knock on the door?
Yeah, I knock on the door. I walk to the door, or I follow Rogadar knocking. Head towards that.
I knock.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
You approach a large door and there's a large knocker. Zaya, you just jump up and you're like hanging from it. And then Rogadar just picks it up.
That's cool.
While Zaya's just hanging on to it. Ah!
10 points of damage.
Just pure bludgeoning damage.
I didn't fall yet.
Yeah, okay. A few moments later, the door creaks open. It reveals an older gentleman wearing this black, fine suit. He's got a long white beard. He's bald. And he seems to be just an old male. He's got just a single monocle in his eye.
If it was more than one, it wouldn't be a monocle.
It's got
two monocles. What did he try?
Yeah, so he can kind of adjust it as he needs to go. And he's got a white cloth just draped around his arm. Just, good morning. What can I do for you?
Good morning. My name is Rogadar. We are Torque.
Torque, are you associates? Are you here to pick up the to collect our grapes?
I nod frantically.
Oh, sorry, I'm quite forgetful. You see,
Sorry, we're looking for Calder.
Stop laughing, Lucius.
Calder Mastley, the butler. Marstley. I'm messy writing.
It's been a long time we spoke with him.
That is I. I am Shoulder.
Shoulder.
The head butler of House Thane. At your service, what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but the master and the missus are not here at the present time. They are doing business in Baldur's Gate.
Oh no, we're here for you. Liang sent us. She gave me this, and I hold out the black pearl necklace pendant.
He kind of like leans forward, his monocle just in his eye. And then he kind of raises his eyebrows and the monocle falls and hangs by his shirt. And he says, Liang, yeah, yes, of course, I know that. How is she? Where is she?
We were fighting together against a giant horde over in Golden Fields, and she's quite the fighter.
No, she's always been the feisty one. She can never sit still, always eager to do something.
Anyways, she gave me this and said, "Go, give this to you, and he'll give you stuff." I'm paraphrasing.
He
something about an inheritance, maybe.
He reaches his hand up to see what it like the pendant.
Yeah, I give it to him.
He looks at it and says, "Ah, yes, the famous Liang pendant. This was given to her by her parents at a young age. Before they were always too busy to entertain her, and so our house looked after her for most of her childhood. This is one of the gifts her parents had given her. Yes, if you are here for inheritance, then very well." He kind of shouts off to the side for another servants and says, "Go to the attic and get Liang's things." At which point, a couple servants get together and you see them rush up a large spiral staircase leading to the upper floors. A few moments later, you see them, a couple servants coming back down. They're carrying a long, fancy wooden box. It requires two people to hold it. It's long and awkward. It doesn't seem heavy, but they're bringing it down.
It's not a coffin, is it?
You look and it says, "No, it's definitely not a coffin."
That would be weird.
Did she tell you we were holding a coffin for her? That's
no.
That's our Liang.
I have an imagination.
Oh, well, very okay. Well, come in. No need to stand in the rain. Come in. And he opens the door more, and he ushers you guys in to this large foyer made of great grand marbles, and there's pillars and chandeliers, and it's just over the top fancy, way out of your league.
And we're soaking up the carpet.
Do they look like they're really rich people?
Yeah. House Thane being one of the leading vineyards of Waterdeep itself, they are really well off. But much like most of the things you've seen in the Castle Ward, they seem to be in commonplace. The servants place the box on the floor, and they back up, and Shazluth takes the black pearls and hands it back to you, Wolverbane.
Oh, I'm keeping these?
Be my guest. And he kind of ushers you towards the chest.
Guys, you want
I follow.
Open it all together?
Yep. Here? Shall we wait? Should we just take it?
Are we gonna carry it all the way?
Let's put it in my bag.
What could possibly be in this thing?
It's quite long. It's about that tall and maybe this thick, but it's pretty long.
Maybe we should put it in the bag of holding and not open it in their house. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That seems kind of rude not to.
If you want to take it into the rain, be my guest. Or
someone gives you a present and you don't open it in front of them, so they can't see your joyous
Where
face.
I'm from, you don't open the gift in front of your guests, in front of the host.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss for what is customary here.
Well, I mean, you can open it if you want. This is yours to take. If Liang has given you her pendant, then these belong to you, as per her instruction.
I can't contain myself. I really want to open it.
All right, so you despite Zaya's words, you head towards the box.
Oh
and
no,
you kneel down.
I'm talking that.
Oh.
I'm saying that. Guys, I really
Okay,
want to open
sure. I want to see inside too, so I'm right there when you open it.
it. Cool, guys.
Yeah, good.
All good.
I don't mind
Rogadar?
changing cultures. Fine.
Yeah, I vote open it.
Cool. Lucius.
Do as you will.
All right. Now you can describe me going there and open.
Yeah, so you walk over and you look upon the box itself. It's a wooden box, but it's engraved with a lot of Eastern style design. A lot of swirling shapes, and what appears to be a large dragon just etched onto the top of the box in a long flowing fashion. Ziliang and her family did come from the Far East. They are Mulan humans, so it's kind of like fits their.
Hey,
their
I'm a Mulan human. That's me.
Are there Mulan dragons?
It has a very dragon design to it. You look down and you see that there are kind of like holes, little circular holes, placed along where you would lift up, like kind of a latch.
Oh no, not this.
Can
again.
Can I look? Can I just see if there's either a magical presence or a live presence inside?
Sure, make an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Is this the box of?
21.
Is that another one of those? A big one?
There is a magical presence coming from within the box.
Like dark magic or like good magic?
Just magic in general, not neither good nor dark. Or
Do I see an easy way to open it?
Yeah, the latch looks locked. The holes. Make an investigation check.
Be careful with it, Wolverine.
I'm just looking. I'm not gonna touch.
They're small, like little holes. You kind of look into them. They don't go deep.
On
they're
the
kind of
top.
like
What is
Yeah,
the
on the
hesitation
lid?
here?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
it's on the
opened
lid.
it.
This was a gift offered us by somebody whom we helped. I highly doubt that they're putting us in danger.
Shalder just says, just use the necklace.
Oh, I don't stick my fingers in the holes.
You should never stick your fingers in holes. That is bad advice.
I know that now.
I don't want to know. You take the
Okay,
pendant.
I take the pendant, and does it look like it fits somewhere
Yeah, so-
in the lock or in the holes?
You kind of undo the necklace so it's a long string, and you place they kind of lines up to the holes, and as you place them, it lines up the holes like in a. It's like a string, like a wavy pattern almost, and you kind of line up all of the holes.
I figured that all out on my own. I'm brilliant.
Yeah, you're just sitting there, and it makes the body of a dragon. At the end of it is a little face on the latch of a dragon head, and on the back is a tail, and it forms a waving body. As you press them into that, you hear a click as the latch pops open.
What do I see? I'm actually so excited and I don't know what we're looking at.
As you open the box, there's a very, very nice looking cloth, a green embroidered. It's a green type of cloth with golden embroideries on it. It's embroidered with, again, more design of dragons, just fly like winged dragons flying and blowing fire. That just covers the top contents. It's the upper layer of this box.
It looks like it's her wardrobe. Boring.
Can I look at it?
Yeah, so you pick it up.
I think it's her pajamas.
Zai, as you pick this cloth up, it actually falls into two pieces. It's two large pieces of cloth, fairly thin, about the width of the box, but they're beautiful and they're two sections. Two parts of it. Well, I mean, put them together, it makes one long tapestry, but separate.
Oh, it's not something to wear.
No, they're just long wraps of cloth.
Okay, that's where the magical presence coming from.
You sense magical presence from that, for sure.
Are we gonna stick here for a little bit, guys, or are we leaving?
We have to go speak to Chazloth.
There's things to do today, yeah, but what do I see underneath those cloths when she takes it up?
As Zaya picks up those cloth pieces, you see a particular quarterstaff laying inside the box. It's black, and it's got like these. It almost looks modular, where like it looks like a body of a dragon, with scales, and each kind of link is different parts of the dragon itself. But it's a long quarterstaff, and at the top of it is a large dragon head with its mouth open like this.
Ooh. Looks like a quarterstaff. Anakel, is that your weapon of choice?
Yeah, sure is.
I know you can't see it, but it looks really cool. It's like a dragon.
As you pick
Is
that
there
up,
magical presence coming from that one too?
absolutely.
I just rub my hand along the shaft of this.
Yeah, you can.
quarterstaff.
Up and down.
You can feel like you can almost feel legs. Body is, or the legs are of a dragon. As you pick up that and hand it over, you also look inside the chest and you find a necklace similar to the one that she has before, but on it are it's a gold necklace, very simple, but on it are hanging 6 red beads.
Jewelry. Luna.
I think
Zaya?
I'll look at it later.
Okay, and then you also find, just amongst the rubble, is a blue potion. You've seen this kind of potion before. I think Zaya saw it in Nightstone. It's a potion of heroism.
Oh, yeah.
Heroism.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Oh, you take it. Hold it, Wolverbane. It's gonna make you stronger for a short time.
Makes me strong.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm digging
Okay, so is there a name for those cloth pieces?
Yeah. You can call them the wraps of the Jade Queen.
that. Drapes.
Wraps of the Jade Queen.
Okay. I'll ask you about that later, but just so you remember.
So, what does a potion of heroism do?
It gives you temporary hit points.
Oh.
Plus 10 for 1 hour. And something else.
Max?
It gives you. It also gives you the equivalent of the bless spell. But it's rare, so don't waste it.
And
It's
drink,
it's
to
it's a
drink a potion
it's a very
is.
special potion. Don't drink it today, Wolf.
Tonight then.
Shalder says, very well. That is all that she had left, was left to by her family. She has bestowed it upon you, and therefore they are yours. You may take all those contents, or leave whatever you wish.
Is the box itself magic? Zaya, can you tell?
I'll take it anyways.
The whole box, the big.
Yeah. Give it to me. I'll put it in a bag of holding.
Okay.
All right. You fish it into the bag of
Do
holding.
I just call it like the Ziliang? I'm just gonna call it Ziliang's box. Wooden box.
He kind of, Shalder kind of watches you guys awkwardly, like, what do you, all right, sure, just take everything, I guess. And with that he says, is there anything else? Business, perhaps? Or is that all you're here for?
Do you know some man called Lucius? What's his name called? Shazloth?
Chazloth
What?
Yarhorn. Are you aware of a scholar in town named Chazloth Yarhorn?
Isn't that this guy's name?
No.
No, my name is Shalder.
Oh.
Shazloth. He's a fairly well-known scholar of the Draconic. You'd find him in the North Ward. His house is fairly recognizable. On the corner of it is a large crooked tower that looks like it's going to fall out over at any time. Many complaints have been made. It's not up to code.
Well, thank you very much for your hospitality and for passing along this gift. I believe we'll be on our way now.
You should also remember that you had the visit of the hero of Phandalin and Glitterlocks.
I will be sure to try to remember that and let Master Thane know. Those words you said visited us.
Wonderful. We'll see you around.
Very well, we'll be here. And he guides you back to the front door.
Oh,
Where-
wait. So you guys sell wine around Winterfell? Wait, around. Wow. I don't know what just happened. Around the city?
Yes, we are. The Thane wine is very famous here.
It's called the Fade Wide.
Yes, the Fade Wide wine.
I'll look for that. Any samples, perhaps?
He looks at one of his servants. Says, "Yes, bring them a few glasses." What'd you call it, the Fade Wide wine?
Yeah, that's what you said, no?
I said the Thane wine, but the Fade Wide wine. Bring us a few samples of the Fade Wide wine. And a few moments later, a nice silver platter with these little shot glasses of the Fade Wide wine.
Yeah.
And
Who's having some?
She hands them out to you. Whoever takes some.
I'll get one.
I want to know: does it taste good?
It's a red. It's being one of the leading vintners, you would expect it. It's what you would expect, something that of quality. Like they're obviously not skipping any corners to make their wine.
This is a true pleasure to my tongue.
Yes, yes, it is.
I'll be sure to get some before we leave the city.
Very well, that would be much appreciated. Tell your friends. Tell your friends' friends. Tell your friends' family.
Of course.
The Fade Wide wine.
And don't forget to tell your friends about Glitter Locks as well.
I've already forgotten your name.
Do you have a piece of paper so I can write it down?
He ushers you guys towards the door.
Yes, I think we'll be on our way now, everyone.
Yeah. We're on our way. We're on our way.
So you guys head outside. The rain has let up. It's still pretty gloomy and wet, but the storm seems to have subsided.
Very happy. Are we heading to look for Chaz Lock?
Are we? I thought we were going shopping too.
Yeah, I want to go shopping too. But I guess we can go there before while we're still together, and then we can head our way.
Go our separate ways after.
Yeah.
Was there anything else in all of Waterdeep? Oh, there was. What was that? Okay, that's what we're doing now. Yes, let's go.
Okay.
All right, you mill throughout the streets, heading towards the North Ward. Exiting the Castle Ward, you notice a large difference, just kind of in scenery compared to the Castle Ward. The North Ward is home to a lot of villas, some rich-looking villas, townhouses. You spot a lot of inns. It's respectably wealthy. Nothing in comparison to the estates of the Castle Ward, but this ain't no slum here, the North Ward. You ask for a couple directions here and there. The people of North Ward know where Shazluth live. Those that kind of direct you in his direction don't seem to speak highly of him. They roll their eyes and say, that pestering wizard!" And direct you to a particular home on one of the streets where a crooked tower is built into the corner of it, and it looks like it's going to fall over at any moment.
That doesn't look safe.
Yeah. I don't know what to think about this right now.
I should probably stay on the ground floor if we're going inside.
Does it look like someone's inside?
Yeah, as you guys approach... Do I have a... Oh wait, this is the wrong stock. We'll just use this. We'll just use this because it's got some weird beats. As you approach, as you say that, Zaya, is there someone home? All you hear is just a large...
That's pretty loud.
As you approach, you just hear a large racket come from inside. It almost looks like the tower shakes and just kind of shakes all the way down. You hear the screeching of just cats just yelling. You see one cat jump out a window, and you just hear a large screech just echo throughout the chambers of this tower. You hear just breaking of glass. You hear someone's shouts, and you see cats just scattering everywhere. some run out of the window, some run out of the doors. Something chaotic had just happened inside, and the whole tower just shakes.
It appears we're in for another fun adventure as we speak to this scholar. Anyway, shall we proceed?
He's the crazy cat lady.
Yeah, I don't go in first because I'm kind of scared to die.
Lucius goes up to the door and knocks this time.
Yeah, it was the third hit. The door just swings open, revealing a kind of a base ground floor. That's just full of books. There's just papers everywhere. It looks like a mess. You can barely walk. It looks like a hoarder's home. And there's a large, like off to the side where the tower begins, it's a large rickety staircase that ascends upwards.
Who is the man before me?
Oh, you don't see anyone. All you see is cats.
Oh, the door
Cats,
just opened by itself.
It opens by itself.
Okay,
You
can
see
I
Cats.
can I do a check? Like, do they look like they're real cats or
Yeah.
okay? What do I do? Arcana or nature?
Make a nature check.
I will
Do they look like real cats?
kind of hesitantly step in to the base floor and kind of shout out, Chaslov?
As you said, shout Shazlov, and it just echoes throughout the interior of this house. You see this silver-winged creature just flies down from the center of the tower, chasing cats, and they're scattering around the ground floor, just kicking up all sorts of papers, creates all sorts of mess. And this little silver dragon wormling, is just chasing these cats, paying no mind to you. It's causing quite a ruckus. And you just hear from above, Riz! Riz, leave those cats alone! What did I tell you? Stop messing around with my cats!
I shout again, Chaslov.
Oh, yes, I'm up here. Can you please come up here and bring Riz with you?
There's actually a cat sound.
Which one is that?
It's the silver one!
Do I see a silver one?
I think he
Yeah.
means the dragon.
But there's
Yes.
only
You
one.
see the silver whirling dragon
Oh,
running around, knocking everything over, and chasing cats.
oh, I see.
Does it have wings? Can it fly?
It's a wormling, so it's got wings. It can do a little bit of flying. Yeah, it's flying around and swooping down, screeching at these cats who are trying to fight it off. It doesn't seem like it's killing them, more of just terrorizing them.
I have very low dex.
Is it like it's small? Like, can I try to catch it?
Anakel, try and catch that.
Anyone have any food?
I don't have
We
eyes.
can bait it upstairs.
Yeah. I have dead fish.
Oh, do you know what? I'm
mangoes.
really good. I'm really good with animals. I had a pet wolf one time. Let me try to call it over here. And I like crouch down like, Riz.
All right, make an animal handling check.
9.
All right. It looks at you and just continues chasing the cats. It grabs one of them by the tail and starts flying up as the cat's like flying around and lets go, and it lands on your head. Just
Like claws and
and
everything.
just claws you and just jumps off your head and screeches.
Little trickle of blood.
Okay. Can I pull
So
out
who wants
a
to just
dead
start walking
fish?
upstairs?
Can I pull out the dead fish and be like,
Um,
you want this?
can I cast dancing lights? So I can make it take like a basic form.
Mhm.
The lights. I want to basically make a cat made out of light,
Okay. Sure.
and I want to move it around such as to try to catch Riz's attention.
All right. Isaiah pulls out a slimy old fish. You cast a delicious and delectable looking cat out of lights. Just the light itself, like the smell of the fish, catches Riz's attention, and then it immediately sees this glowing, delicious-looking cat, and he swoops in.
So as he swoops, I want to basically like continually move the cat. Every time he like dives, I'm gonna move the cat like further up the stairs.
Yeah. All right, Riz gets on the ground, and Riz just starts, climbing up the stairs after this cat as you command it to run up there.
And then I'll follow after.
All right, the stairs rickety. It sways with every motion, especially with Riz walking on this thing. It sways and it creaks. You swear you hear a crack at one point. But you head up on top to the top of the tower, where Riz gets to first. You hear Shadlu say, "This is not my cat! Riz, where do you find these? Stop taking the neighbor's cat! Victor, I've got enough problems. Stop stealing other people's cats."
I say, Chowslouth, I presume? Do not worry about this cat. I conjured it just for the sake of bringing him up here.
That's a smart idea. I should try that. Riz causes me nothing but grief. But I just can't get rid of him.
Perhaps you should at least create a dwelling place for him.
You can give him away.
Perhaps one with a cage-like nature.
I'm adopting right now.
I can't give away my dear pet, Irizdalor, nickname Riz. And you do not chain up or cage these wonderful dragons.
I'll buy him from you.
Dragons are
perhaps
sentient.
You shouldn't also keep cats then in the same house.
You're a wise man. What is your name?
My name is Lucius Galanadel, and we are adventurers here to inquire of your intelligence, if you have a few moments to spare.
Yes. I'm always willing to talk about dragons. They're my life. My life research is about dragons, and I'm always looking for someone to speak about it. Are you a dragon expert? Can we share notes?
Far from it, I'm afraid, or else perhaps we wouldn't have as much need to seek you out.
That makes sense.
No, we have come because we are investigating the uprising of the giants all across these lands.
Yes.
And we have been led to believe that your knowledge of dragons might be of use to us in figuring out how to restore order to the giants.
And where have you heard that? One of my books? One of my fan clubs?
Actually, we had a recommendation from Maxine in Golden Fields, currently overseeing Golden Fields.
Yes, I know Maxine very well. We used to be, we used to work together quite a bit when she was here in Waterdeep before becoming the liaison to Golden Fields. I'm glad that she still speaks highly of me. The last time I saw her, we parted on unfavorable terms. Well, we won't talk about that. What do you need to know?
Am I speaking on behalf? I kind of look to the rest of the party to see if anybody else has anything to say.
You got this.
Can I look around while he's talking? Like, I'm listening, but I want to look the room. Like,
sure.
What's in? Like, you can tell me after if you want, but I'm just observing. I want to see.
Can I take the fish from Zaya and go over and try and pet Riz?
Sure. Zaya, make a perception check. And animal handling for Rogadar. As Riz has now, you do see that Riz has a kind of a compartment on the top of the tower. It's kind of built, it's almost like a buffet, like a section that's built outward of the tower that Riz can sit there and observe in a large window.
Oh, that'll be good. I rolled a 1.
Yeah, you approach Riz.
With the fish.
With the fish. It looks at you. And it just snaps at the fish, engulfing your whole arm, like just all the way up your to your elbow. Just snapping, and you just got your arm stuck in Riz. Who's not letting go.
I'm like, shake my arm. No, bad worm, bad wyvern.
It's not letting go. It likes the taste of dragonborn meat.
Oh,
so while in the background, Zaya, as you're looking around, you just see Rogar in the background with Riz stuck to his arm. Lucius just tries to.
As we're having a serious conversation, it's a movie moment.
Let me know when I have to make an athletics or strength check to get out of this thing.
Yep. For a few moments there, you're stuck there. Some passerbyers look up and they can see into the window where Riz always looks out and they're like shaking their heads. The wizard's at it again.
Do I just see? So I just look at Rogadar?
Yeah, so you see that there's, books galore, writings and research papers everywhere. You see various vials of potions that he's concocted or has. It's a mess. We don't see anything else that's in particular useful.
We are a group of adventurers, as I mentioned, who have been investigating the giant uprising, and we have learned in our travels that the giant caste system, the Ordning, has been destroyed by the giant Allfather, which has been causing all of the giants to go crazy and to begin attacking towns. It seems to be some kind of scramble for a higher rank, a higher power within the hierarchy of the giants, should the Ordning ever be restored. This motley group that you see before you has taken it upon themselves to try and do something about this situation. And we believe that our best chance of having any impact on the situation is to somehow rally the dragons to our cause as well.
Interesting. Riz, let go of that dragonborn!
No, it's okay. I got this.
I walk over and I grab it by the tail and I try tugging at it now, just in the background as they're talking.
Rogadar trying to pull him out. It's a mess. And you guys are knocking things over. And Shazluth doesn't even pay mind to it. It's like it's normal. He says to you, Lucius, that is a interesting approach to the scenario, to the problem that we all face. As you may or may not know, the dragons and giants, they are the oldest enemies recorded in the lands of Faerun. Ancient enemies of an eons past. Trying to ally with the dragons seems to be a course of action that makes sense. So, what would you like from me?
Well,
I was laughing because Zaya pops up in the background.
sorry, I need to just grab my notes real quick. We have met a couple of dragons in our time.
Which dragons have you met? I always love
I believe one is most commonly known as the Flying Misfortune.
Fagalos! Bronze!
Yes, that is
Adult,
correct.
His age.
The other was a curious dragon, whose name is escaping me.
You hear Rogadar yell from the back, Excelanthus!
yes, that's the one. He was kind enough to host us in his lair, believe it or not.
Oh, you stayed in Vexelos' lair. That's incredible. What was it like?
However, we have heard, we have spoken to that dragon, and he made it pretty clear that the dragons are not interested in taking sides in this conflict. We would be particularly interested in knowing if there is a way to perhaps sway the dragons into getting involved in some way or another in order to restore order to these lands. In particular, I have come upon recent knowledge of a powerful dragon to the north named Clouth, the ancient red dragon.
You see his face kind of have a little. It's not fear, but you don't plan to talk to Clouth. You mean old Snarl Clouth?
Well,
that would be suicide. Even I wouldn't get that close.
We haven't formulated any specific plans yet. We are simply here to ask for advice, and perhaps any suggestions of courses of action that you think we might be able to take.
This is interesting. Trying to ally with the dragons in the plight against the giants. This is very interesting, but dangerous. Like you've mentioned, the dragons aren't the kind that would to get involved into the realms of the small folk, as they put it. Clouth is a very, very powerful, fierce red dragon, probably the most fiercest of the ancients. From all my records, he's definitely probably the worst. I wouldn't suggest him. You've met Falgalos. He seems to be, from my research, a charming, strapping bronze dragon. Vexillantis I know, but again, he seems to be a more type. Not to want to join in. He kind of like thinks to himself. How about Arviaturus, the white ancient dragon of the north? No, that would be far too dangerous. The white worm is just as dangerous as Clouth. Perhaps Selixia, the brass young dragon. They call her the Brass Beauty. She roams in the Great Vale to the... but she is young. She's beautiful, but young. I don't think she would be very much used to you. Immelrith, the dragon of the statues. Blue, ancient. No, far too evil. And he just starts to ramble off just dragon names and try to come up with an idea of maybe a dragon that can help. After a few moments of Wolverbane, Rogadar, Zaya, and Riz just fighting it off in the backgrounds, he snaps his fingers. Oh, I've got it! I've got something that might work. Just might be crazy enough to work. You see, there's a particular research project I'm working on that maybe you could help me with. It's just more or less just information about a particular lair that I haven't been able to get close to. It's if a particular
infiltration is a specialty of mine. If you need somebody to get in somewhere,
it's not infiltration so much as just an observation, notes. You could send me notes. Fine.
Reconnaissance.
Yes, exactly. You see, there's an ancient green dragon that lives deep within the crypt garden forest. Her name is, a dragon name is Klagi Ilimatar, but we know her as Old Gnawbone. She is very, very old.
And where did you say she was located?
Deep within the crypt garden forest to the north. She is a very powerful and eccentric green dragon. But rumor has it, she possesses a large collection of crystal balls that she uses to scry on everybody and everything. Nothing passes her gaze upon Faerun without her seeing. Her name is this.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
You forgot the silent Z.
I believe Old Gnawbone is a wealth of information, knowledge possessed in her ancient mind. She's old, possibly cranky, but with her crystal balls, if it's true, she would know a great deal of things about the happenings around Faerun and possibly about the giant problem.
Has she been known to speak with small folk?
On occasion. Possibly before eating them. But that's besides the point. I believe, based on my research, that if you go to her with the intention of stopping the giant threats, which is her greatest enemy by default, she shouldn't harm you. In theory.
We just have to make sure to tell her as soon as possible when we get there, before she kills us.
More or less. Riz! Take that dragonborn arm out of your mouth!
That's okay. I've almost got my arm out.
If she's always watching, scrying on the goings-on, I'm sure she'll know why we're headed toward her.
Oh, well, I mean, a scry spell requires her to pinpoint particular individuals. I hardly doubt she would waste her spells on someone like me. I would be so honored. These are one of the things you have to find out. When you speak to her, ask her if she spied on me. It would make my life amazing.
You had mentioned that you wanted something out of this.
Just knowledge. I would like to know that if she really does have those, as cranky as they say. Just confirmation of research. Personality. Lair, what is it like? How big is she? How old? These sort of information. Things that we cannot know with certainty or accuracy without speaking to her directly. I would like to complete my notes on Old Gnawbone so I can finish my paper on her.
What do you feel that a suitable offering for such a dragon would be, if we are to get into her good graces?
For an ancient green dragon, from my research, she is old, decrepit, crazy. I believe her time of ancient dragon hoard and wealth has faded. She would rather watch. Knowledge seems to be her thing. I don't believe you would have to come to her with a gift in particular. I may help, for certain. But in particular, a gift. Old Gnawbone doesn't seem the kind of type that would care too much about worldly goods anymore.
Curious how she got that nickname.
Well,
Doesn't
if you really want to know,
the most friendly of nicknames.
Yeah, you could use your imagination, but trust me, it'll be okay. In fact, I got a gift. If you're going to see her. And he walks over past you guys fighting. He snaps his fingers as he walks past you guys, and Riz just lets go of you, Rogadar. And your arm is just a wreck. It's just a wreck. You take 10 points of just pure bludgeoning damage as it's crushing your arm.
You know what? Take damage.
I still feel pretty good though.
Yeah. He walks past you guys to one of the potion shelves that Zai was eyeballing, and he plucks off 6 potions, green potions, bubbling potions, and hands them out to each one of you. Wow. It says these are potions of well, I'm about to say it, but don't assume that because I'm giving this to you, there's going to be a problem with said thing. But these are potions of poison just disclaimer, green dragons are tend to use poison as their breath attack. Not saying that you need it, but if you need it, these may help. And hands out each one of you.
Thank you so much.
Poison
Hey,
resistance.
by any chance, do you have any old vials that are empty laying around that you don't that I
yes.
can help you get rid of by any chance?
I've got a few ones. Yes. If you need a few, feel free to take some.
Sure.
He kind of ushers you to a box of just empty vials. You can.
How many?
You find 5 that aren't cracked or destroyed by cats or Riz.
Alright, great. I take them.
Okay.
Thanks so much for your generosity, Sir Shaznoth.
Wait a second. I'm just learning now that this is a green dragon. It's a green dragon.
It's an ancient green dragon. Probably
So
the
that
oldest
means
one in
it's-
the land.
That means it's gigantic.
It's huge. Gigantic. Gargantuan almost.
We should send her a letter saying that we're gonna come peacefully. Just to warn her so she doesn't kill us. I don't know. I
already almost died from a green dragon. I don't think I want to walk into this a lair of a gigantic ancient green dragon.
But just think of it. Think of it for science.
I am not a scientific person.
If this is our best bet in getting the dragons to listen to us and to perhaps rally behind our cause, then I say it's worth taking the risk.
It would also be quite the story to say we talked to an ancient green dragon.
Yes, think of it that way. Perhaps you'll finally make a name for yourself big enough to be recognized in the Yawning Portal.
Oh, that was
I
low.
like that.
That was low. I have talked to a green dragon. It wasn't an ancient green dragon, and I almost died. One of my best friends actually did end up dying from the green dragon. I don't like this one bit.
Well then, you'd better be more careful this time around.
I'll tell you guys the story one time. Sometime
Okay, but I
later.
still think that we should at least warn her before. Not surprise her and scare her off.
don't think
You
can
know that
scare her.
she is she is gargantuan. She is so big, you don't even scale to her toe. You're not scaring her off.
So you're saying I can't grapple her?
Can you grapple gargantuan creatures?
Can I grapple her toe?
You could. Right before she kills you. But don't worry, you got potions of poison resistance. It's gonna be okay. Shazlu says, "Is there anything else you want to talk about? Any other dragons in particular?"
The person who told me about Klauth, the ancient red dragon. He said these words to me. He said, "If ever there were a leader of the dragons, Klauth would be it." Would you, as a scholar with plenty of knowledge about dragons, would you agree with that statement?
I would. He has the largest domain here in Faerun. He rules the north for the most parts, up until the towards Icewind Dale, where generally he cuts off his territory, and towards the deserts, where Imarith lies. But out of the dragons themselves, I would say he is the most powerful, without a doubt. But dragons like the White Worm and Imarith are close behind.
Do the ancient dragons, do they speak with each other, hold some sort of council, or are they entirely independent?
They don't trust each other. That is, the chromatic dragons don't trust each other. They may hold councils here and there to discuss territory, problems, but they generally stick to themselves. Klauth in particular, he uses, from what I have researched, dragon cultists as his minions to do his bidding.
So then it may be as hard to rally the dragons to unify as it would be to rally the giants, is basically the sense that I'm getting.
You certainly have your work cut out for you, don't you?
Interesting. While we're on the topic, actually, I know this is not your area of expertise, but as travelers, we could not help but notice the Cloud Giant Castle hovering over the mountain of Waterdeep.
Yes.
Could you tell us about what you know of what's going on there?
Yes. The castle belongs to
Count Nimbleman?
Yes, Count Nimbolo.
Nimbolo, yeah,
Yes,
that guy.
Count Nimble and his council. They call the castle itself is called Skystone Castle. It arrived here just a few days ago. You see, the count and his troop.
Sorry, can you repeat the name of the castle?
Skystone Castle. They claim to be cartographers, mapping out the lands of Old Astoria, which is the ancient lands of the Giants. They're looking for battlegrounds and lost relics. They are seeking these treasures and to research them and document them. Apparently, they believe that the city of Waterdeep is built upon an old giant settlement that was destroyed by dragons many years ago. And research would suggest that this was the case. From what I understand, they are planning to be with the city leader just to walk about the streets and learn a little more about Waterdeep's history.
And nobody in Waterdeep fears the presence of these giants, given what is going on outside of these walls?
Waterdeep has a strange understanding of giants. In fact, it was protected by a frost giant many years ago, many times. The cloud giants are civil beings. It is common knowledge that they are scholars like myself. So they seem to pose no threat to us. And if they do, we have our Griffin Cavalry on standby to destroy the castle if required.
It's interesting that you should say that, actually, because several of the members of the very party you see before you have witnessed cloud giants attacking various settlements. But you say that thus far, the cloud giants have been very civil.
Have you encountered helpful dragons?
You
Can
have?
you count dragons as being destructive only, based on
I like
one
this
type?
guy.
Cloud giants are like people. They are intellectual, in fact, likely to be smarter than most of us. They are driven by greed, or they can be driven by loyalty and honor. Like any creature, there are two sides of the coin. These ones seem to be on the good side.
Your point is understood. I'm simply looking for connections wherever connections might be found.
Absolutely.
How long have they been here?
About 2 days. I believe they were supposed to be doing a walk about the city today. It was
So,
a
like, what
big event.
happened? They just arrived, parked there. Did they come down? Did they talk to you guys yet, or are they just?
The politics and with the masked lords of Waterdeep and Lady Silverhand are beyond my knowledge. But I presume they likely have sent an emissary and envoy ahead of them to discuss their visits with the Lady Silverhands, the masked lords of Waterdeep.
Do they plan on staying? Do you know how long they plan on staying for?
Probably a week or so, I presume. To be honest, politics and those sort of things are not my interest. I've got too much work to deal with, but I would presume a week or so to investigate Waterdeep itself, perhaps go into the Undermountain, and those sort of things.
Is there anybody in town you could recommend us speaking with in order to gain an audience with the Count?
Or do you know who he's visiting in town?
They were supposed to be doing a walkabout the... I mean, follow the crowds if it happens.
I don't presume that we will have the influence to simply walk right into the middle of their walkabout and begin speaking with the Count.
Then perhaps you can ask, let me grab some, let me grab here. You said that you were a friend of Maxine. Her boss of sorts, of the commander of the Watchful Protector, the guild that she resides in, is a particular individual named Varja Safhar, the Black Staff. He resides in the Black Tower at Castle Ward. If anyone were to be able to get you an audience, it would likely be him, aside from, of course, the Lady Silverhand herself. If you are friends with Maxine, you should not have a problem speaking to Varja.
Thank you very much. You have given us plenty of useful information with which to act upon.
Well, if there's any other the dragon-related information you need, feel free to come back to me.
I turn to the party and I kind of motion and say, does anybody else have any questions? I've been doing most of the talking here.
Go ahead.
Can I buy your pet dragon?
He sighs and says, dragons are not pets. They're intelligible creatures.
So then okay.
That would be like me selling a child. Is that legal?
I see your point. Can I adopt for free your dragon?
Riz, would you like to go with this big man? At which point Riz just hisses at you.
I think I should roll another animal handling check.
Sure, roll an animal handling check. As you have hands wide open.
14. Big smile on my face.
Yeah.
And I get out. No, okay. I get out some beef jerky. Do I get advantage? No.
No. You pull the beef jerky. So Riz walks, pressing against all the books, knocking them over, disregarding the environments. Looks up at you with your big face and your smile and your beef jerky. Sniffs the jerky and then just goes for all the jerky, and just snaps down on your crotch, just grabbing a mouthful of jerky and just tearing it, basically exposing your loins.
I was just gonna say, is Wolver being exposed now?
He's exposing all the contents of. He's got a mouthful of your rations, and everything else in your loins just falls to the floor as you stand there, just bleeding and aching and exposed.
I didn't even get a 1.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
My jerky is all I say as I start picking up the jerky. I don't care if I'm exposed.
I think that means a no.
Unless he loves it. Unless he really loves that jerky.
He just goes back to his little cubby hole while gazing out into the streets.
I try tying up my what's left of the tattered loincloth and trying to figure out where I'm going to put all this jerky now.
Yeah, you managed to like holster everything in the remain and tie it all together, and you're stuck with like bundles of beef jerky.
I need a new backpack, guys.
Well, unless anybody else has any questions for our friend Chazloth here, perhaps we should leave him to his business.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Shaznot.
No, the pleasure was all mine. And again, if you do old Gnawbone, please take notes and mail it to me. I would love to have some research on her lair. Of course, that is if you survive.
Should we retrieve any information, or should we have any more questions about dragons? We'll be sure to come to you with it first.
This is why I love adventurers. You are the best. Bless.
You want a detailed map of her lair?
Maps, locations, age, looks, appearance,
like
scars on her.
Where all the treasure is. You want to know all that information?
No, not so much. The details of her body. Is her wings teared? Does she have scars on her body?
You managed to say that as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
I just want to know the details of her body.
I have a thing for dragons.
I think that's illegal in these parts.
You know it's illegal, my friend. Trading and selling dragons. Dragon trafficking.
You know what? I'm not surprised to hear that.
Right. Well, I think that we have exhausted all of our questions.
We got a little more information than we needed.
We will take our leave at once.
All right. With that,
and I turn and I leave.
You head down the rickety old spiral staircase, feeling it sway below you, especially as Warbane gets on it. And you guys head out the door, back to the streets. At which point, you notice that the sky has rapidly somehow changed to sunny weather. Like the clouds are seeming to part. They seem to part rapidly almost, and the sun's shining through. It almost feels like someone's controlling the weather.
Oh.
Those cloud giants.
Well, if the cloud giants are planning a walkabout today, it's possible that they wanted good weather for it.
It's true. Wouldn't be surprised either.
Actually, I have somebody in town I would love to ask about that.
Where are we planning on going next?
I need to go to the trades area.
If you guys have intentions of shopping, I could use this time to touch base with a couple of my contacts in town before we move on.
Yeah, I need to get a bag now.
All right. So you guys, you follow general map. You guys kind of find where the trade ward is. So
Riverdasher, where are you going?
I'm actually gonna hang back here. I'm gonna go and talk to.
Okay.
Shazloth a bit more.
Do you need someone to stay around?
No, I'll just take a look at the map and I'll
Did you
find my way.
Okay.
Questions you didn't want the rest of the party to hear, Rogadar.
No, it's just you ushered it out so quickly that I figured I'd just go back in there.
I only asked 3 times if anybody else had any questions.
It's fine. I need to go shopping.
Okay, so where's our meeting place? We're gonna meet up at the inn? At dusk?
Dusk. Yeah, I guess. Like
swapping stories.
we're going back there tonight, right?
Yeah, we're not leaving the city, right? Let's go back to the Yawning Portal. Let's meet there at like dusk, have a meal. Let's try out these new headsets. Or we can say that for another day.
You say it for not Thursday. All right, so Zaya and Wolverbane, you guys make your way to the main street, heading south towards the trade.
I'm just gonna wander, but I want to use my wandering time to rest to inspect the stuff.
Okay, So you head to.
You could wander with us.
You ask no. Well, you ask around Anakel,
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
and you find a particular. You find yourself in the City of the Dead. It's a tranquil, quiet place. A place for you to meditate and focus on the staff, like walk around and focus on the staff. Rogadar stays inside the tower.
Before leaving, I kind of turn to Rogadar and I say, a little suspicious now. I do hope that if you learn any valuable information, you will share it with all of us.
I'll see what I learn.
And then I turn and head, I guess, off toward the dock ward.
Okay, and Luna says, "This weather is giving me quite a splitting headache. The constant temperature change is not doing wonders on my pressure head stuff. I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna head back to the Yawning Portal. I'll meet you guys there." And she heads back towards the Yawning Portal.
Okay, see ya.
All right, Anakel, as you wander the streets, it's kind of loud and bustling. Your senses are just overwhelmed by all the people now that are coming out. You hear a lot of them, like a lot of people talking, saying. Well, most of you guys hear this actually when you're walking the streets about by yourself. You hear a lot of bustling in the streets. People are saying, "Oh, we got to go to the Castle War. We need to go watch this." There seems to be a lot of hype around watching Count Nimbolo and his court walk around the streets. So people are slowly migrating towards the Castle War to catch a glimpse of this spectacle.
Oh, is that happening soon? Seems like it's happening soon.
Yeah. Well, as this cloud starts to clear up, you hear people saying this afternoon. We had to go there this afternoon, and people are kind of making their way there slowly to get good viewing spots. But it's still generally the morning.
Would I have time to make it to the dock wards and back before afternoon?
Yeah, if you hitched a ride on a passing by cart or a buggy.
Which is a common thing to do in Waterdeep, I assume.
Of course. Yeah, up and down the main road that you see here in the middle. It goes up and down the north. There's a lot of movement. You don't find it hard to find him.
Then yeah, I'll make a mental note to return for the afternoon because I want to watch the walkthrough.
Waterdeep being full of Zentarum agents, you spot a couple agents, and they allow you to hitch a ride for free.
Excellent.
And you head down to the dock ward. Okay, so Anakel, as you head toward, it's too noisy in the main street, so you made it to the dead, where you can clear your senses and clear your mind. And you focus on the item that's the staff. You don't have the cloth, do you?
No, I have that.
Okay. Where is it?
Do you need the cloth to activate the staff?
So you kind of just hold the staff and just focus on it, and you do feel an arcanic presence come from it. The quarterstaff is a staff of the flying dragon. It is a +1 staff, and you feel that it's not an ordinary staff in terms of the mechanism. It's not just one. Literally, it's not a staff itself, but modulated parts linked together to form a body of a dragon. Kind of after realizing this, you know that these parts, if you willed it, would extend. They would kind of link further and further, basically making it look like the dragon's flying, and you would be able to launch your quarterstaff forward, giving you the ability to do a reach attack if you wanted to. So you can attack 10 feet from now. Basically, maybe driving the head, flying the head into someone to attack them, or even if you wanted to swing down, you can cause the dragon to fly out, giving you a reach attack.
Oh wow!
Sweet. And that's just as my attack.
As a bonus action, you can extend it, and it would just remain as such until you use a bonus action to retract it.
Oh, I see. Cool.
So if you want to attack from far, you just extend it, and the dragon comes flying out.
Oh my god!
You get disadvantage with reach weapon at close range?
No. It would just be it would be a normal attack. It would just allow you to attack further. And it's a +1, so you probably won't miss as much. Yes! So that's what you've uncovered there. Rogadar, is there anything you want to talk to Shazley?
So I make my way back up to the tower.
Yep.
Avoid
friend.
the worm a little bit.
It doesn't avoid you. It's eyeing you cautiously. See it lick its lips as it just wants more of that sweet dragonborn meat.
Okay. I stand on guard just a little bit. Shazluth.
Oh yes, my dragonborn friend.
Have you ever heard about the Shroud of the Crimson from your studies of dragons?
Let me take a look. And he starts rummaging through a bunch of books. Just throwing books. Not this one! Not this one! Riz, where did you put my book? Ugh! And he starts going through these books and flipping through pages. And he gets to eventually to a page and says, maybe, perhaps. Shroud of the Dragon. I've heard that before. And he starts just thumbing through a bunch of pages and paragraphs. Sorry.
Vexilonthus called it the Bane of Dragons, if that rings any bells.
Bane of Dragons. Not in particular. But... Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. As he thinks...
Is that a cat sound?
That's Riz attacking cats in the background. He says, yes. Shroud of the Crimson. There was something like that. An ancient black dragon. Long ago. I believe that they had followers that he called the Shroud of the Crimson. Sorry, ancient red dragon. It was, I believe his domain was in the Nether Mountain, to the east. He was a ferocious red dragon. Perhaps on par with Clouth, if he lived that long. From my research, there's not a lot to go on. From my research, he lived to be a red dragon, an adult red dragon before his demise. And I believe the Shroud of the Crimson were his followers.
In our travels, we've come across some people claiming to be members of the Shroud of the Crimson.
Impossible. This was, according to my notes, thousands of years ago. It's not possible.
Well, they've tried to kill me.
Well, you are an adventurer, so I suppose that's common. In fact, Riz just tried to kill. Is he a part of the Shroud of the Crimson?
Oh no, we were just playing right there. That was all play.
Of course.
Would you know of any reason, if they were theoretically back around, why they would want Dragonborn blood?
Dragonborn blood, you say? Huh.
Any archaic means of why they would want that?
No, it's... The Shroud of the Crimson, as far as I know, it was never confirmed, or whether or not they actually worshipped this red dragon. From all I've understood was it was almost like an elite club of rich people who gathered in the mountains of the Nether Mountains once a year and just had a sort of rich community where they looked down upon the lesser folk. It's all rumors. I can't imagine what the Shroud of the Crimson, if they were still around, would want to do with dragon blood. But it's interesting that you say that. I've been hearing a lot of reports lately. Dragonborn clans around the land have been being attacked. Many Dragonborn are being found dead. There have been reports of traveling Dragonborns just found on the road. Mysterious killers, I'm not sure, but the recent reports of high Dragonborn casualties is somewhat staggering. I didn't think of anything of it. But your words seem to make me a little bit curious.
Do you happen to have a map showing where the Nether Mountains are?
Oh yes, yes. And he kind of throws everything around and unfolds a large map of Faerun. And I'll get you. I'll ping you over there. The Nether Mountains sit against the Anorak Desert, north of the High Forest. This red dragon, his name was Elon Thoraxis. Apparently made his domain there. That's the extent of the research available to me, and that's all I know about the Shard of the Crimson, if they exist.
Wow, I was way off in that spelling. Well, thank you for your time. If I find any more information, I'll let you know so you can add to your collection.
Absolutely. If you do uncover more information about Elon Thoraxis or the Shard of the Crimson, which, whatever, I really don't care about that, but about the dragon itself, you know, again, they say that he died when he was an adult dragon. His remains were never found. There is no real proof of it. But if you ever find anything, please let me know.
If he was still alive, would he be an ancient dragon by now? Would he have grown in size?
He would be huge. When you see old Gnawbone,
Picture that.
Just picture that, but red.
Will do.
All right, and that you head out the door.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, I go to the shopping district.
All right. All right, so Uzziah and Wolverbane, you guys are heading down to the shopping district. Since the sun has come out and the rain has stopped, the market seems to be bustling this morning. Lots of open stalls of fruits and vegetables and other goods. There's weapon shops, armor shops. They're just shops galore. Anything you probably thought of exists here in the realm of the trades ward.
I've just got my arms full of all the beef jerky and some of my other stuff that was ripped out of my my loincloth, and I'm looking for satchels or bags of holding.
All right. Yeah. You find a shop that just specializes in bags, backpacks, and satchels, and small pouches of all sorts of designs and colors and materials.
I go inside. Oh, Zaya, do you mind if I'm gonna get a bag?
What kind of store is it?
It's a bag store.
It's a bag store.
Oh, just bags?
Yeah, the store just sells bags.
Can I
on the
look
sign
around?
it says just bags.
Do I see any fresh produce store?
Yeah, you find an open market of just produce, like this, a marketplace, not a store, but just markets. People selling fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, fresh dog.
So I'll say I'll be just down the street when you're done. I'll be right here.
Okay. I go inside the just bag store.
All right.
I look around for anything interesting.
Yeah, you find it's just like walls and walls of just bags. You find a section of just satchels, large rucksacks, smaller pouches for coins. It's got all sorts of sizes of bags here. You find of quality, of various quality too.
Is there a worker?
Yeah, you see what seems to be proprietor of the store. She's a fat, stout old woman.
She's an old bag.
Yeah, basically, she's an old bag. Good morning. Welcome to my shop. She's helping some Montford.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Now that the sun is out, the rain makes my bone ache.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not good at all. Not good at all.
You should probably have that looked at.
I'm too old. I'm gonna die soon, anyways.
That is very true. You are a wise woman.
Very wise. Oh, what can I do for you? What kind of package? What kind of bags are you looking for? Are you looking for a backpack? Are you looking for a sack? Are you looking for a small pouch for you?
I like this person.
Well, as you can see, I have a lot of stuff, and I used to put it in my loincloth, but there was an unfortunate dragon accident and I need something really big that can fit a lot of stuff. Do you have anything that's bigger on the inside?
You know, in all my years as an old lady, I have never heard such a strange tale before. None of my customers have been so strange as you. But, perhaps I can find you something. So you want a large bag, you say? A large bag. Do you want it to be ornate? Do you want it to stand out? Do you want it to attract the ladies? Or do you want it to attract the men? Do you want it to protect against monsters, against rip and tear? Waterproof, perhaps? Fireproof? Coldproof? Poisonproof? Or does resilience matter to you? What do you desire?
Do you have one that keeps food fresh?
Perhaps.
Like
Just
a fridge bag.
I've got a bag that maintains the cold inside of it. Perhaps to keep your food chilled for some time.
Oh, really? Is it fairly large on the inside?
It's as large as it is on the outside. I mean, oh, I see what you're trying to say here, young lad. I mean,
I don't know what it's called. There's a special name for a bag that you can put many things in.
I know just the bag you're looking for. As she looks around. Start getting there in a second.
Oh my gosh, I'm so curious to know what's gonna happen.
That's what it was. She says, oh, yes, a bag that's slightly bigger on the inside. I think I know just the thing.
Does something with dimensions and, yeah. So I can put my jerky in another dimension and it's not gonna go bad or dry out.
She says, possibly. I have never put food in such a device before, but I think I know just what you're looking for. She kind of ushers to what appears to be the more richer and exotic section of her establishment, and she lifts up it looks like a large backpack. It's got various pouches all over it. It's quite large. She says,
"Oh yeah.
This looks to be our size and has a lot of pouches and a lot of pockets for your objectual needs. We call it Heward's Handy Haversack."
Okay. Is it magic?
Dearie, there is no such thing as magic.
Oh, you're one of those. Okay. How much is this?
Let me just take a look here real quick.
So it's bigger on the inside? Is that what you're saying? Because you said you knew what I was looking for.
It's
not when you turn it inside out. That's just silliness.
all right. So yeah, she says the bag to me, anyways, appears to be a little bigger in the pockets. It seems to hold quite a bit. I've never had problems using it to store things in. You can try it if you wish.
So if I wanted to jump inside the bag, would it hold me?
Are you well?
It's an example. It's just an example.
Poor example.
Okay,
the bag is for holding your objects. If you want to jump in your bag, you need to buy a large sack or a body bag.
If I had a grandfather clock and I needed to carry it with me everywhere because that's the only way to tell time, and I put it inside the bag, would the bag close properly?
You should seek Dessarin River. I think No, dear. The bag cannot hold a grandfather clock. That is ridiculous. Never in my old age have I heard such.
I don't think that this bag is what I'm looking for. But do you have a little kind of pouch that would go on someone's waist that I can fit something in?
Like a fanny pack? You just described a fanny pack.
I don't want to say
that goes under the clothes, and you stash things.
Those went out of style quite a long time ago. But I might have some laying around if you're still interested in them.
I will take one, just because I'm tired of holding all this stuff.
Well, the handy haversack would do wonders for you, but if you...
I have a feeling it's kind of expensive. How much is it?
750 gold pieces?
I think I'm done here. I think, yeah.
Do you want the fanny pack, though? Or the pack? I mean, that'll cost you, depending on the make. It's out of order. It's out of what do you say? Style. So I would sell it to you for a cheap price. I have no need for it anymore.
Wait,
No one's
500
really
gold
buying
pieces? Is that a cheap price to you?
No, it's simply 10 gold pieces.
10 gold pieces.
No. In fact, I'll do you a deal. 4 gold pieces because you're charming. And she puckers up her lips.
Yeah, I'll take it for 4 gold pieces. But can you wrap it up?
4 gold pieces and a kiss, and I will do it.
Why not?
Very well. It's been so long. And she runs
performance.
She runs to the back, rummaging through old stock to find the old bag. She comes out and she finds a small pouch that has like a band that goes around their waist that ties up behind it, the back. It's a small pouch that contains little compartments. Seems like it would suit your needs. She begins to get some gift wrap paper and wrap it up in this nice green paper. She wraps it up nicely, and she finds a small little box that she places it in, closes it. It's just a brown paper box, but she ties it with a little ribbon, and on the ribbon is a little we call it a label of the store.
Label. What's the store called? Just Bags?
Ye old bag.
Ye old bag.
And she says, dearie, here you go. But first, and she like puckers up, and it's just like this old wrinkly lips. Like she's got the old person fuzz going around her upper lip.
You didn't tell me this before I said I was gonna do it. I lean down and I give her a peck on the cheek.
I love this.
Planted, dearie.
Okay, I kissed her on the lips.
Make a Constitution saving throw
Oh wow.
to see if you puke.
Good thing Constitution's my strongest.
It's just like
Oh.
It's like it's peppery, it's spicy almost. It tastes like it has like this musty smell to it, just old dust.
Oh.
You reel back and you visibly kind of gag like a. But good thing she's not looking. She's too busy handing you now the package.
And I give her four gold.
Come back anytime, dearie. That was exciting. And she takes her 4 gold pieces.
And I leave.
Feeling a little bit
Looking for
violent.
Zaya.
Zaya, you're out and about.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, what do you?
I'm out and about, you said?
So you're milling about the stalls.
Yes. I am looking for a store that sells really hot.
Yeah, you find a stall that just has there's just these large peppers hanging from the top of the. It is just a pepper stall. of peppers galore. From the west to the east, north to the south.
Okay. Well, hello.
It's a small gnome who's got this wild hair. It looks like a pepper blew up in his mouth.
Oh, hello. What can I do for you? What can I do for you?
I like your hair.
And he's like constantly sniffing because he's got this perpetual running nose from eating too many peppers.
Yeah. Here for some peppers. Peppers are the spark of life.
I am. I'm actually really interested in buying. What kind of specials do you have today?
Wow, is it hot out here? Me. Woo. What are you looking for? The spiciest?
Yeah, spicy pepper.
And he puts on a pair of gloves.
I was like, I got something for you.
Puts on a pair of gloves, lest that his skin touches this pepper. And he reaches down and pulls up this. It almost looks like a large apple type, but it's this fiery looking red with black spots all over it.
He says, they call this one the Deathbringer. For no reason in particular.
How
Only to be
dangerous
handled-
is it?
It is, well,
Like-
I mean,
If
I
we
wouldn't
touch
eat
it, if we pet it.
I would suggest only contact with the gloves. You don't want anything. That would be dangerous. That would be painful. It would be like being stung by 1,000 bees. It is spicy as hell. In fact, it is known that they've used it in poisons to kill. That's why it's called a death.
Do people ever eat it? Like, is it like consumable?
Yeah. If you have a high tolerance for this kind of thing, I for one have never tried it. I don't have a high tolerance for peppers. Whew, it's fucking hot out here. Ugh.
Okay. Yeah. I. You know what? I'm gonna try this thing.
Do you have gloves? You don't want to touch it. I don't want to wear a spot.
Well, do you have like a
Don't do
bag
it.
that I can carry it in, or some
Oh, yes.
sort of package?
I can wrap it up for you. Of course, I can wrap it up. It'll be 4 gold pieces.
4 gold
as
pieces
well.
for one? That's so much money.
Fine, 3 gold pieces and a kiss. Just kidding. Why would I ever do that? 4 gold pieces.
He's just kind of always moving. Like he can't sit still. Like his nerves are completely shot. He's sweating, even though there's kind of a nice breeze going through. His hands are
Okay.
shaking. He places it down on a piece of parchment and begins wrapping it up.
I'll say, can I tell you a secret?
Oh, I love secrets. But nothing that would get Zenta
No, don't
Or
worry.
Zalather's thieving guild. Oh no. Oh no.
I'll say, this is for a surprise, and I'm really poor right now, so I
Yeah.
can only pay 2 gold for this.
only 2 gold, huh?
Yeah.
Make a deception. Since you aren't poor.
How about 3 gold pieces? 3 gold pieces seems quite valuable, and it wasn't really much of a secret, to be honest. I didn't really learn much. It's none of my business, anyways. Whether you're making this 3 gold pieces.
Okay, fine. I give him 3 gold pieces.
He wraps it up, and even through the wrapping of the paper, you can see the grease is starting to kind of seep through, and at small points you can see the paper burning away just from how hot it is.
Okay. I'll say, thanks. I'll make sure to
Yeah.
let anyone know about your really hot peppers.
Yes.
Alright?
I have the best peppers in Waterdeep.
I want to look for a bakery.
Yeah, you spend some more time. You catch up with a Wolverbane who now finds you on the streets, and he looks a little green to the face. He looks a little sick. But you manage to find a few streets down. You find a small little bakery, little bakery.
Okay. Yo, Wolverine, I need to go in here. Do you want some snacks?
What are you planning?
I need to go get some food in here.
Did you get the peppers you needed?
I did. I already have that, but now I need to go to the bakery.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. I'll come get some.
Okay. So I'll go in.
What's going on? You're very suspicious right now.
No! Just watch. You'll see. Just follow me. Just come along.
You head into this small little bakery. It's a small establishment. One long shelf, long display case on one wall, and a few stools on the other side of the wall. It smells great in here. So obviously they did their morning baking.
Okay.
New bread, new pastries.
Hello.
There's a few young girls behind the desk. They were just gossiping about the latest boys. They say,
Hi, girls. It smells
latest boys.
delicious.
the
in
latest
here.
boy, the words of the boys. Oh, thank you very much.
How do you feel about making a little cooking experiment today? I have a great idea that I'm sure you'll love.
Does it pay well? I gotta
Of
get my nails done.
course.
What would you like us to do?
Okay, so here, and I pull out the bag. Just be careful when you touch it. But I have a really special cake that I need someone to make for me, and it needs to be flavored with this hot pepper.
It's a simple commission that's
It's
fairly...
very important to get it done really quickly, like today.
They just kind of roll their eyes. They obviously don't want to. They're just making a minimum wage. They don't really care too much. Like, all right, whatever. You want us to make a cake with this pepper?
Yeah, but just make sure you don't really touch it because it's kind of really, really hot. But
She doesn't want us to touch the pepper, but she wants us to.
well, I mean, don't touch it with your
pepper.
fingers, but like protect yourself. I've been warned.
Madam, we've been working here for like 5 months. We know what we're doing. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
just give us the pepper, and we're gonna make you the cake. Come back in a couple
Okay.
hours. Simple as that.
Okay.
All right.
alright.
Couple, and it's gonna be like 5 gold or something, right? Ugh.
All right.
And they saunter into the back.
Okay. Now wait.
You're gonna wait
hours?
here for a couple hours.
Yeah.
All right. Sometimes
Hello?
you hear one of the
We
girls
can
just
play cards or something. We're just like talking, I guess. And
yeah. At some point, you hear one of the girls just starts screaming bloody murder, as she obviously didn't take your word for it and made full on contact with her hands.
okay.
And then we head on to Lucius. But I think we're gonna wrap it up here before we get to Lucius. Unless you want to just play that part out a little bit.
Oh, we can open up next session with that, I guess.
All right, cool. And with that, you guys are spread out through, just picking up.
No, I
stories,
really
bits
had
here
to
and there.
finish this, and it's not done. Okay, it's okay. Next week is okay.
And as Rogadar heads towards the trading ward as well.
Well, it was a fun social session.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one more session in Waterdeep, and away we go.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. And
Have a good night.
we should be on next Thursday for another episode of the Gilded Dice.
Peace.
Bye.